All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound all right, mic wise, if you could hit that number one, please. And if you can hear me and the mic sounds good, hit that number one, please. Mitt, the Jays, Brett, Kevin, Nolan, Krager, Batch, Pam, Antonio, Eli, very good. Brian Hoover, thank you. All right, very quickly for those of you that watch this in the archive, first off, thank you very much, but also to be very transparent and blunt with you. If you want to have something to continue to watch, then this is completely viewer supported. There are no sponsorships, so you got to help support it, and the best way to do that is to save yourself some money by using code CLAY. So code CLAY, all caps, that is case sensitive, so it does have to be all caps. With any of these prop firms, you'll save yourself some money, whatever the promotions currently are. You'll get that promotion added to you, but you also help support the stream. So a good win-win. You're saving yourself some money and ensuring that something you enjoy watching continues to be available to watch. So for everybody that has used code CLAY, thank you very much. You are quite literally the reason why this continues. And for those of you that are watching this live every day, you're the reason why it is ad-free. So it is you are making a difference. So I appreciate it. All right. Well, officially, everybody, good morning. It is, what is today? Tuesday, June 30th. The year is 2026, last day of June. The year is half over. I could swear it was just a couple of weeks ago when I was in that library in Ohio, when I was visiting my parents and for Christmas time and basically New Year's. I could have sworn that was just a couple weeks ago, but to think that was essentially a half a year ago. Time absolutely flies. Crazy how fast time is going by. But we are now, 2026 is half over. Well, almost. Tomorrow, it's officially half over. Crazy. So I hope you all have had a good opening half to your year. Many of you, we've been hanging out for the past 6 months. Some of you even longer than that. But yeah. Yes, that's true too. And then from a daylight perspective, days are already getting shorter. What was like the longest day of the year was a couple of days ago, I think. Hey, Connor, Schnell, Low Dots, that one dude. Good to see everybody. Well, hopefully you're all off to a good start. I'm having a good solid day. No complaints here. Also, I need to get better at this, but if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, please hit that like button. Friendly reminder there. If you've never been here before, first off, welcome. Fantastic to have you. Fantastic to have you. No need to hit the like button, though. I understand you have no idea if you're going to enjoy. But yeah, if you have been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, please hit that like button. So right now, I'm sort of having a case of deja vu to yesterday, where we got the slow, steady grind upwards. And I'd prefer we don't have that again. But we will see what happens. Close glaze. July 2nd is actually. Okay, well, going by months, there's always that guy that points out, well, technically, Clay, it's actually July 2nd at 12:32 p.m. and 38.37 seconds. That's the midway. Okay, sorry, Jamie. Got me. Okay, there we go. We always need that guy. Who stepped up to take the that guy mantle today? Jamie. Jamie said, I'm a man of courage. I'm going to grab that sash, and I'm going to wear that sash. Oh, and he also decided to take the sash of victim card, too. And I will play the victim today also. Jamie, I mean, he also took this sash, the sash of ambition. He's like, you know what? I'm taking that guy and Victor. I'm taking multiple sashes today. But okay, that is interesting though. So July 2nd technically is the halfway point. So all kidding aside, interesting. Which makes sense, right? Because some months have 28 days, other have 30, 31. So there we go. When I am on Jeopardy someday, and when I'm at the final Jeopardy question, and they ask me, what is the midway point of the year? I'm going to say thank you, Jamie. July 2nd, all in. All right. Well, we have the pullback finally. A little bit of hindsight trading here, but I think we had a decent rising wedge. Again, this is relatively worthless because I am hindsighting all this, and it's easy to do what I just did there. But yeah, nice little rising wedge breakdown. How are all your days going so far? Let's see, Evil already 350 on Pro, nice, and past those other two. Very good, very good. Hey, good job, Jamie. Passed your first eval yesterday. Congrats. Hindsight account needs love too. That's true. Green 475, very good. That okay, I will say this right here. That created some losing trades. No doubt in my mind that there's at least 7 people in the world that went long somewhere right around here. Were feeling good about themselves and are now not happy. That is yeah, that was just more so I could have seen myself taking that trade, and that is where the live stream. Yes, the live stream has cost me trades before because I get distracted or whatever, and that's fine. That comes with the territory. But also try to be as balanced as possible. The live stream here just helped me miss what would have been a losing trade. But wow. In fact, did anybody take that? Like I said, you are not crazy at all to be looking at that situation, uptrend pullback, beautiful little hammer, doji, whatever you want to call it, at the 21, thinking long. You are not crazy in the least. You took it, Mackenzie? Yeah. Yeah, bummer. You are not, please, Mackenzie, don't go and think that a rule needs to be changed or what it, no, that is just a crappy, that's rough. That was a rough move there. This guy, Eric, again, same to you. I see what you did. No problem. Good trade. That's just garbage action. Took a long, okay, yeah. Same to you, throwaway trash. Again, don't. Okay, I'm telling you guys, just move on. There's nothing that you need to go back and figure out. Oh, what did I do wrong? Nothing. That's just garbage movement. Hey, good morning, Moth, Winther. Last day of June, but got the most payouts ever. Best month so far. Yeah, James, you did have a. You were the guy, right, that had the mistake, but then the mistake was what, like, what was it, like $4,000 or something? Danish name, sorry. No, you're good. If anything, I should be thanking you for teaching me how to say Danish name. Roger that, Connor. After split, it was okay. That's right. Yeah, like a little over. Yes, I will. I that movement here has me worried. Now, to be fair, that I mean, you don't want to just all of a sudden be completely dismayed because of one garbage movement, but like, yeah, this is looking strong. But are we about to get something like this again, where it heads up and then whoosh, down it goes? All this is happening right here at the peak of the mountain, so definitely there's quite a bit of history here already. Again, this mountain range here, aka the volume profile, the bigger the mountains, that just means the more volume that is exchanged hands. So right here, all this is happening right here at the mountain peak. But maybe I will try along. Okay, have an order to get long at the green line. Trying to go with the trend. Now, some people might say, well, the trend's down. Look at this. It's been trending down. Okay, well, that's fine. I would just say this is a pullback within an overall uptrend. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. I'm in. Okay. Can we get any movement at all back up? See if that was some sort of like fake break to the downside. Let's see. Nope. Last hope. I'm tempted to maybe add right there, but I don't know if I'm out fancying myself. Like, I'm trying to trust in the overall trend. Like, did I seriously just buy? All right, I gotta get. Goodness. What a. Oh, all right. Well, I guess not all first trades of the webinar can start off being 100-point gains. All right, well, let's see what else we can figure out here. Move down my entry a bit, now long at 320. All right, well, you are long at 320. Looking for a long there. When you enter a trade, what do you look for? That's kind of like asking a professional video game player, when you look to win a game, what buttons do you press? Like, that's actually a very in-depth question. Or like, you ask a like a baseball player. Well, when you want to hit the ball, like, what do you do? And it's like, well, there's a lot that goes into hitting a ball, especially at the professional level, right? You got to watch the spin. You obviously have to have cat-like reflexes. There's all sorts of stuff. So I'm not trying to be difficult, K Swag. I'm just saying that's not real. I mean, that's a very in-depth question. Again, K Swag, I'm trying to. Yeah, sure. Yes, I am watching candlesticks, but there are lots of other things, and there's the formation. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. That's You're looking for a simple answer to what I understand you realized was a simple question. Therefore, like, just give me the simple answer. But what I'm telling you is, and this is why trading's hard, you can't give a simple answer to stuff like that. I mean, yes, I was watching for a candlestick in the formation and the timing, but you can say, well, what do you mean the formation and the timing? And again, that's where there's quite a bit that goes into it. Because if I just give you the simple answer, it's going to make me look like a jerk. Like, okay, yeah, am I looking for something? Yes, I'm looking for what I think will be a candlestick that goes in my favor. But do you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, yeah, but what does that actually mean? Yes, all right, just say buy low, sell high. Okay, I'm looking for another long at the green line here. Technically speaking, it's at the 21 EMA and the 5 minute right now. Okay, long. See if we can get the bounce up off of it. Come on. Come on. Crap. I messed up. Yeah, nuance. Yes, there's quite a bit of nuance that goes into it. Which is why I always shudder when people are like, "Oh, Clay, yeah, I figured out your strategy watching your live stream." It's like I'm not refuting the fact that you probably have some like the broad strokes, but when it comes to that keyword nuance, it's like, I don't think so. Yeah, that is a good word to kind of to explain things. Bounce up, M and Q. Okay, so you think down here is the support area? I really didn't want to. All right, let's see how this candle closes, and then we can try the next one. So I want to see how this candle closes. Closes, and this candle's got 6 seconds. 5, 4, and then a new candle is going to start to form. And I am going to try. Yep. Okay. Try long right there. I mean, you can do that too. No Soup says he just lets his cat decide. I think that's what we call the meow meow method. M cubed for short. What strategy do you use? The M cubed strategy? What's that? The meow meow method? What's that? You just let your cat decide. You let your cat walk across your keyboard. Hey, morning, Brad. Well, I guess in hindsight, that looks stupid now to have required the price to come down here, but that's hindsight for you. Hey, good morning, Jimmy. No, I lost the bet and got bit. Oh, did your cat tell you to get short down there? Wow, what a bounce. Right off that pivot point on the 5-minute. Well, in hindsight, I just should have kept on averaging down, averaging down, averaging down. I'd have been bailed out very nicely. Gold with the pullback. Also, what's it? What is oil doing? Ooh, all right, that's good. Oil dropping back down. Although oil, like now, we talked about these yesterday. Like a huge candle on oil is now like 70 cents. If still long through 14 pullback entry. Oh, you got long at 314? When in doubt, average out. Average out. What's averaging out? Like scaling out? No, you add as it goes against you until you win. Oh, so yeah, you're just averaging. The out threw me out, threw me off. Hey, Maddie Dennett, good morning. Okay, I'm. There's no need for me to try to play it off. There's no need for. I'll just speak. So I'm a little buzzkilled right now. The roof, which was supposed to start tomorrow, has now been pushed back to next week. I just want the house to get done. So now the house is sitting over there with no work being done right now. So that's great. So a wasted week. Always good. Always good to waste time. I'm a fan of wasting time. I'd love to get out of this office. I just want to get out of this office. So now that is a week. I guess I can't say that for sure because maybe this week here actually helps speed up the process down the line. I don't know. Internet thing went well. He was out there for quite a while figuring stuff out, but yeah, he told us with this fixed wireless, whatever it is, fixed wireless internet, we could get up to 1,000 1,000 download speed, 200 upload speed. Which I'm like, well, I'm definitely gonna start. I'm glad that Starlink is available as a backup, but that seems pretty solid. Nobody has called. Nobody has called from the billing department yet. Because I set it up on Saturday when billing was closed. So the guy was like, yeah, and then billing will call you on Monday. And I have not heard anything. I was red 450, now I'm just red 30, so basically I made no progress today. Alfonso, do you know how like I don't know what term I'm looking for, but like dented that comment sounds? Exactly, Soup. Yeah. I mean, I it seems like yeah, I don't know, Alfonso. Maybe reread that comment and change your yeah, that doesn't sound very good. Man, I was down 1,000. Now I'm only down 100. Doesn't feel like I'm not really making much progress. Like I understand what you're saying. You're not making any money, so it feels like you're not making any progress. But like I mean, it could be way worse. Hey JP, howdy, good sir. I think we start the pullback to 260 here. So are you short? Family farm? Are we just gonna go straight back up? That is the question. I don't know. If it does pull back to this range again, I'll look for a long somewhere down around here. I'm not quite sure exactly where, but general area. We'll see what happens. Hmm. Wait to see what happens at 400. That's fair. The little timer is from here, and then bar countdown settings right there. Thank you, by the way, Craig. I appreciate you just chiming in because I don't really have any credibility on the topic because obviously it's my thing. So obviously they're gonna people are just saying, well, you're biased, and that's true. It's a fair point. So I appreciate it, buddy. Hey, Papacito. I don't want to think this thing is literally going to go green straight back up. So I'm actually thinking short. But if this thing does go green straight back up, I'll probably have some losing trades. No, I've had a good, well, yeah, I've had a good day today. Other than the first trade on the stream, which right here, I was like, okay, it's bottoming out, bottoming out. Let's try a long right here. And yeah, ba-boom. No, I do not have any SpaceX shares. What's SpaceX doing? Has it bounced back up at all, or is it still just cooking people? I've not checked on SpaceX in a while. I'm gonna try short right there. That red line turns blue. I'm in. I'm in. Come on. Dump some more. Or not. I am Fav. I am Fav. I think you are behind. So I am Fav. By the time you hear this, hit that live button because you're giving me a 1 for I think when I was asking if people could hear me or not. Yeah, cheers, Krager. Net knob 170. What's 170 in regards to? Oh, SpaceX. Okay, so it has bounced back a little bit. But it's already cooked a bunch of people, so yeah. A lot of people got their first lesson of margin and stuff like that, and how margin works. So hopefully it only costs them a few grand and not anything too excessive. And I'm short right now, and now it's bouncing off my blue line, so that's fun. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Risk is off the table. Stop is in green territory. All right. And that facet came back up. Stop me out. Thought maybe I could capture some sort of bigger pullback and start to move it in my favor, but I've been on kind of a hot streak for those. I've had some really good ones where like I get my stop loss in green territory, and then I start to move it down. And the price, to be fair, that one was annoying. But over the past, I don't know, few live streams, I've had some very good ones. Like I said, including the one from last week. What was that? Either Friday or Thursday. First trade I took, got over 100 points on it, and that was one where I let it work, and it kept going. Now Wall Street Bets is pump. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because last week somebody asked me about WEN. I'm like, is that Wendy's? Why is somebody asking me about Wendy's? Now that makes more sense. Okay, so I'm guessing they have high short interest on it. Are they trying to squeeze it? Let's see. Short interest on Wendy stock. Short interest on Wendy's stock sits approximately, which represents, okay, yeah. About 32 to 38% of the float is short. Yeah, all right, so they're trying to squeeze it right now. When it might have a short squeeze in the next few days. This guy has posted a situation about being a DoorDash driver and is now giving investment advice. Okay, wait, no, stop. Stop. A DoorDash diver is now giving investment advice on Reddit. Stop. No, that would never happen on Reddit, would it? That's crazy. That's hard to believe. Hey, John. Good morning, loud. I don't even have my Webull program. So we lost power last night at about 10:30. There we go. Okay, so there it is. Got a bit of a squeeze here. Gotcha on Wendy's stock there. Um, where's I going with the power thing? I don't remember. I don't remember what that. Well, I mean, I'm glad I stopped out where I did. No, no rollover. No rollover. Hey, elusive. Our fire alarm went up. So I had a weird night of sleep. Um, because at it came on at like what 4? I can't remember. They got it working. So of course the lights that you had turned on, obviously are going to come back on. So my wife, bless her heart, because I was like, I'm sleeping downstairs because right now we're like in the heat dome. So I'm like, oh great, AC is off. All right, let me just. There's no way I'm going upstairs because our upstairs is pretty stuffy. So I'm sleeping on the couch. And then, like in the middle of the night, like all these lights pop back on, all these noises start happening. The AC. I mean, it was sounding like a Star Wars movie. All these beeping, and then the Roomba makes its weird noise. All right, so I'm stumbling around, turning things back off, and then I swear, like I hate like Roombas are cool, but like I swear sometimes they just make random noises. And then like an hour later, the Roomba makes like another bunch of beeping noise, so that wakes me back up. So yeah, it was not a great night of sleep, and the power went out. The tech said just equipment issues, and so they got to fix. And then yeah, so then and it all the equipment issue was apparently like in our front yard. So then this was also going on for a while. Let's see if I can. I don't know if the picture will do it justice. And then no, all right. I don't think that's gonna. So, anyways, those that's the power company, like literally out our front window with their trucks and their blinking lights and stuff like that. So it's like a strobe light in through our. I'm don't get me wrong. I'm glad they got it figured out. That was we've been here almost 2 years. That was only the second time the power's gone out. So very impressive, especially when you consider how many windy days we've gone through here. But it was rough. It was rough. Which town are you in now, actually? I am about 50 minutes from Des Moines. You cooked your demo account. It happens. So, Clay, you don't have no roof on. Don't have. Well, no, okay, that's. I do have. Well, I have the shell, right? The like the. We're not using plywood. We're using like called zips. But like the zip stuff, which is based for lack of terms, the plywood. Yes, the plywood is on. So when it rains, it's not like. So I mean like the roof, and we're doing a metal roof. But yeah, the shell is on. Okay, Chris, that's got to be one of the more random questions I've ever had. That's. I'm not saying I won't answer it, but like, what in the world, brother? Where's that coming from? Clay, on my dumb 15-second candle strategy, that was actually a great entry. We entered the same, but I snagged that scalp. Well, no soup. At some point, I would love to see some of these trade plans ahead of time, brother. You're kind of like you might get Neil's crown today. Neil, the trust me, bro crown. Right. Well, what I'm saying, Chris, was the reason why I was waking up and did not sleep well last night was because random lights in the middle of the night popped back on when the power showed up, along with a million noises, right? Because everything's rebooting. And then later on, I got woken back up again because of the Roomba making noises. So like that is why that is where my complaint of sleep is coming from. It's not. I'm not saying it's like a nightly thing. Working in on our home budget for July. Home budget is in you're trying to build a home, or just mean home is in like your month to month budget for your home? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, my point still stands though, New Soup. I'd love to see like something like called out ahead of time, so I can kind of try to follow along with what you're thinking. But I do also understand you're on the 15-second time frame, or the 5 second. I have spent some time on the recent custom time frames. What have I done? I've done the 15 second. So here we are looking at the 15-second time frame. So now again, each one of these candles is 15 seconds. So there's a timer. Play the hammer down here at the low. Whoa! Yeah. That just cooked some people. Hey, good morning, Ace. Well, we got no soup supposedly on the 5 second. Squirrely today. I don't know. I don't know if it's been squirrely today. I think it's been relatively decent. I've never used the Hakashashnashi candles. I don't even really know how to work those. Okay, looking for a buy to the back test location right there. I am long. There's a little scalpy scalp on the 15 second. Ooh, is that a break point right there? I started to use the 15 second instead of 1 minute, and it's a good indicator, but only with use of bigger time frames. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching the 5 minute over there. Try a long down there. Bounce. Bunch of bounces here. Have the 200 SMA. I scalped on the 30 second. It is. This is a very infantile time frame. I could never figure that one out, Amarius. Okay, here we go. Maybe kind of sorta. That green line turns blue, I'm in, brother. Okay, so you're still figuring stuff out then, no soup. No, I don't want it to quite push yet. I need it to come down here. Well, I guess unless you mean push down. So in the 15 second, we do seem to have the range. So in all actuality, I'm just looking to trade the range. Just trade the range, they tell me. I know this one guy that scalps on the 35 second. Oh, okay. That might have been a typo. As the message has now been deleted. Not yet. Not yet, Zach. We got to go lower before we go higher. Oh, the 35 tick. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Whew. Never mind. That was my fault. Whoa! Sha 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 sha. Max dopamine. Yeah, that would be a good indicator that you probably don't have the right motivations. If your time frame is based on what gives me the highest dopamine spikes, I'm not quite sure that's the right way to go about it. Unless you're just like, no, Clay, I'm here for the dopamine spikes. I'm not here to actually like be consistent. I'm not here to actually figure anything out. I'm just here because it's cheaper than paying for a plane ticket and hotel in Las Vegas. Hot and muggy Mississippi. Has the heat dome hit? Or are you? Yeah, I think Mississippi. That I would assume that people from Mississippi are like the weather right now are probably like, dude, that's like on the regular basis here down in Mississippi. Right. Okay. Yeah. I understand all that, no soup. What I'm saying though is when you're like after you get in, you're just defaulting to God take the wheel. So it sounds like you have entry points part of your strategy figured out, but the trade management part is seemingly, from what I'm gathering, is what you're still trying to figure out. It sounds very random after you get in. Aren't bracket orders not better than manually get in and out? Well, I mean, that all depends on the strategy. For some people, bracket orders might be their best friends. For other people, bracket orders might be like a huge hindrance. Do I try the breakout? Do I try the breakout? Uh, oh, thought it was good. Oh, maybe it'll come back down. No, I don't like it now. Oh, there's the back test. This, yeah, 15 seconds to me, just way too choppy. I mean, I'm not going to say it's worthless. I mean, I can, like I said, 15 seconds is actually quite a bit. 5 seconds seems very, very just like asking to get chopped to pieces. But let's go back to my normal. What's a 4 hour looking like? So messy. So messy. Let's go back. Recent. There we go. Let's try. Ah, my happy place. Ah. Is there any risk management? No super. Is the risk management just basically my account? Like this scalp's gonna work out for 2 to 400 or else account cooked. And then you're just banking on high win rates. Is that essentially your risk management? Is just banking on high win rates? Do we push up through this area? That's the question. Right around 410. Can it push up through 410? Dang, Clay with the higher time frame. Oh yeah, when I was on the, I thought you were about to call the 2 minute the higher time frame, which would have been true relative to the 15 second. But then you're right. I was just looking at the 4 hour time frame. Keeps rejecting off session open. Which session are we talking? The Asian, the London, the Mongolian, the Norwegian, the Australian? Which open are we talking about? Hey, CDP. Good to see you. Were Holland gone from cash open? And deleted. You can't answer those. That's unanswerable. When did you become consistent? When did you start making money? And I say that because that's not how trading works. Because there are many situations where you will think you're consistent, you will think you have it figured out, and then the market just delivers a sledgehammer to your head. So no, I can't quite say that, oh, well, it was October 3rd and the year was, 2011 and it was 7 p.m. at night as I made myself some Swiss Miss hot chocolate. And it dawned on me, Clay, you've become profitable. So given today's date and looking back on when I started, it took me exactly, that's not how it works. So all that it did not happen overnight or anywhere close to happening overnight. But yeah, that's how trading works. Is you will okay. Will is a strong word. Odds suggest that there will be a moment or two or three where you're like, I'm profitable. I have this figured out. And then the market's going to be like, because it's got a sick and twisted sense of humor, it's going to be like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, yeah. James was eating KFC when he became profitable. I guess I'm asking how long have you been doing this, I guess. Okay, that's a lot of guessing. Once you know what you're asking, let me know. But no, this is my 20-year anniversary. I got started in the markets in 2006. I see new stair-stepping red lines. This is red to you? I would call that pink. That is what is that? That's the lows. Yeah, what? Yeah, that's, wait. Is this too, or is this my, yeah, there's something goofy going on. Why is that? That should not, all right, I'm going to refresh. That is not what that should look like. Thank you, rookie. There we go. All right, there we go. The refresh. I think what happened is that I was, for a while, I was on the for a while, I meant like for 7 seconds, I was on the 4-hour time frame, and I think that's maybe what messed things up. Yeah, you got the entry for 10 points. MJ's going for Neil's crown. He wants that crown. I remember watching you trade on Lightspeed. Yeah, I've been with Lightspeed until just a couple years ago. To answer your question about the open, the RTH. What does RTH stand for? The real time high, you will need to oh, yeah. Yep, my pivots are gone, huh? All right, got to use the Jocko trick. There they are. I guess I'll be looking for a short up round here with the double bottom or double top in mind. So potential short up round here. Regular trading hours. Gotcha. I probably should have been able to figure that one out. To be fair, I did say I was waiting for a pullback to. I mean, that's true, but to be fair, those are still all broad statements. So we'll meet in the middle. Like, it wasn't totally trust me, bro, but it wasn't completely not trust me, bro. We can meet in the middle. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't trust this long. If you see something that is like, wait, what? This is a long for XYZ, you know what? More power to you. I'm thinking tomorrow might be, I don't know. Well, I don't. What are all your guys' plans for the 4th? Does anybody, well, people don't really travel for the 4th. The traveling holidays are more so what? Like Thanksgiving and Christmas? with Thanksgiving, maybe it'd be the most traveled one. Because I guess what I'm getting at is some days you can start to be like, okay, I get it, the holiday trading is this day, but things will probably get really slow, like even the day before or a couple, because people are going to start to travel, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if that's actually true for this. Because I was going to say maybe tomorrow is the last good day because a lot of people start to travel on Thursday. Friday markets are open, by the way. I will be streaming the open because it's an early close. So I'll stream the open till I think 1 p.m. is when the markets 1 p.m. Eastern is when they close on Friday. But I'm not sure people actually travel. No. I did not have a mentor, which is why when I got into real estate investing, I happily invested just shy of 5,000 into courses and stuff like that. Because after my experience of trading, I'm like, nope, nope, I'm definitely not going through that again. Yes, it's all for free out there when it comes to real estate investing too, but there's a lot of garbage information, and I'm like, nope, I'm not risking it. And I will say this: the $5,000 investment into real estate investing that I made, the ROI on that 5,000 has been. I'm very happy I did it. I'll put it that way, because I am convinced that the amount of money I prevented myself from losing, and when you get into real estate investing, it's not quite like prop firm trading where it's like, oh man, I just blew up 10 accounts. Okay, that's like $1,000. In real estate investing, one mistake can be tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, again, Dan, just as a friendly reminder, please do not mention other people. Not because I'm saying I'm the only good person out there. I'm just saying I do my own thing. I keep my head down. So I don't know the vast majority of other people. So I don't want to have the chat serve as a funnel to potentially funnel people into a clown show or somebody that's a scammer or whatever. Again, I'm not saying that everybody else is a scammer. Just saying I don't know the vast majority of other people. So if you don't mind, please do not mention other people because I don't know. The odds are I have no idea who you're talking about. So I have a smoke signal land acknowledgement to attend. That's fantastic. I'm sure you're running the whole event yourself. Wait, Pam, you're Canadian? No, stop. How am I just now realizing that Pam's... Stop. Going up on the mountains, have a cabin booked. Cool. To be clear, the general market is closed Friday, but yes, thank you, Philly. I should have been... I guess I keep assuming everybody here is like in the future, so they just know, but yeah. Friday will be the day where we get at least 18 dozen people show up. I thought the markets were closed today. It's like, how come your charts are moving? Mine aren't moving. It's like, well, yeah, because you're probably looking at stocks, right? And this is futures. I did not know that about Pam. Ooh, real estate. Yeah. How do you do a prop firm for real estate? That's spicy. Bless your heart, Pam. It's incredible how profitable you are every day. Well, that's not true. That is not true. I'm not profitable every day. There were definitely some days last, or was that 2 weeks? I can't remember. So in the prop firm space, profitable, in my definition, would be, are you taking, now I understand there's some nuance. If you're building buffer, then yeah, I suppose you're technically profitable on the day. However, I also don't really consider building buffer like hey, I'm profitable $1,000 because I built my buffer $1,000. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not saying that's wrong, but the counter to that would be, well, you're not really profitable until you take a payout, right? Because even if you made $1,000 and then you leave that $1,000 in your account to build buffer, if you go on tilt the next day and you blow up the account, which includes that $1,000, were you actually ever profitable that $1,000? In some senses, yes, you were, but the sense that I define profitability is if you're taking a payout. If you are taking a payout on that day, it is a profitable day. So with that term, no, I am not profitable every day because I do not take payouts every single day. But here's a FYI. No trader. No trader takes payouts every single day. Have you always used scalping? Well, I'm not. Scalping's been one of them, but again, I don't. I understand some of you. If I'm in a trade for 3 minutes, you're like, man, that's a scalp. For me, that's not a scalp. A scalp for me is if I'm in something like 7 seconds. So again, I've not. You seem to think that, and you seem to be classifying all my trades as scalps, which I mean, you can do that, but yes, I have had scalping as part of my strategies for quite a while. No, you're fine, Philip. You're fine. You're fine. I was just giving you a hard time about the guess. You're fine. You are by no means obnoxious. REITs or something? No, REIT's not a prop firm though. Hey, dented dummy dum dum. Great name. Jay's Canadian too. Did not start off slow. I cannot really complain about today because in the morning, and especially this trade right here. This trade, I mean, this was a good one. Broke up, came back. Look at that. A beautiful back test and go of that 200. Granted, I mean, I left a ton on the table here, but overall, can't really complain about this morning. But yes, as of now, and maybe this is what it is. This is, I think, more so summer trading. You get that first 30 to 45 minutes of good quality movement, and then kind of things slow down. With that said, slowing down in the world of futures is still nothing like slowing down in stocks. Because with futures, I mean, this is still a 20-point y-axis over here. 20 points is a lot, especially if you're staying up there with the minis. When you add to trade and then scale out, do orders go? I think so. I guess I don't know for sure, Jimmy, but I think. Hey, Sugar. No, there is no scalping rule, JP. That is one of the reasons among many others of why I argue take profit trader is king of the industry. They do not have a scalping rule. Man, I love to see all you got. There's a bunch of messages showing up, but they're all tagged to other people. So first off, thank you for tagging the other person so I know you're not talking to me. But I love to see all you guys talking amongst each other. It warms my loins. Again, Jimmy, I think that's not. I'm not saying that's for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Okay, did I ever say what the thing was, Dan? Was it just a little bit of a glitch in their checkout process? Glad you got it figured out, and thank you for using code Clay. By the way, I appreciate that. Not mine, not mine, Ace. Right? No, but I mean, did they say so? Obviously, something had to be fixed. If they fixed it, something was broken. They never actually told you what was broken. Has anyone watched any of the videos of foreigners getting? Yeah, that's kind of been the algorithm figured out that I like those videos on Twitter. So I've seen quite a few of those, Mountain Homer. Those are funny. Hey, what's up, Timbo? 89% of all statistics are made up on the spot. I thought it was 89.3. I guess depends on near. We are about 3 hours from Kansas City, so and we're about 5 hours from Chicago. I don't know if there's anything in Chicago. And then no, I don't think there's anything in Omaha, Nebraska. We're like 2 hours from Omaha. Still want to get to Omaha. Never been there. I hear it's a great city though. So I don't know. Depending on your definition of near, maybe. If your definition of near is 3 hours or less, then yes. Yes. And do I have any plans of going? No. No, they didn't. I just elevated it and they quickly approved me same day. Okay, well, cool. Glad you got that figured out. Shout out to Take Profit Trader customer service. And again, thanks for using code Clay for feeding some hungry children. The downside of Omaha, it's in Nebraska. I hear Nebraska is a beautiful state. Move to Nebraska. The only state you definitely do not want to move to would be Iowa. Iowa is a terrible, terrible place. How do you know, Clay? Because I live here. And I'm literally in the middle of a cornfield right now. And it's as flat as a board. The traffic is terrible. Everybody's mean. There's no freedom here. So yeah, move anywhere but Iowa. Thank you for this public service announcement. I can testify. Yes, thankfully they look like their mother. I mean, I've heard of that, Nate, but it doesn't mean it's true. It's the opposite. I hear dented baboons move to dented baboons. Hey, thank you, James, for code Clay. He just doesn't want more people. What are you talking? What you're saying? What? Wait, what? Stop, Homer. What are you talking about? We have 4 girls and 2 boys. No, I hear Illinois is beautiful. Move to Illinois. Illinois is a beautiful state. That is one of the I states that makes. I mean, it makes sense to move. Are there any other I? No. Oh yeah, there's Indiana, Idaho. Yeah, Indiana, Idaho, Illinois, any of the I states. Move there. I hear they're great. Just don't move to Iowa. It's terrible here. Yeah, move to those mountains. I'm all for it. Move to those mountains. Iowa is the ultimate flyover state. There's nothing here. There's no good scenery. There's nothing. I mean, just anywhere. Move anywhere but Iowa. In fact, I'll say Iowa is the only flyover state. Everything else, no, don't fly over. Or Israel, I think that's a state. Cannot say I've researched into where most of our money goes. Although, and I have not done enough research to have any opinion either way. So with that said, I don't even know if this is true. But I did see something that's like, I wonder how a certain group of people would react to that. Again, I have not done enough research. I don't even know if this stat is true, but if it is true, it's like, okay, that's actually relatively interesting. But what was it? It was like basically Egypt and Israel came to a peace agreement, and I don't know, back in like the 1990s. And it's like Israel and Egypt, no more conflict. And then it was like Israel and Jordan reached some sort of peace conflict at one point in time. And since then, Egypt and Jordan, no conflict. And basically the moral of the story was, if you look over history, people that Israel has formed peaceful relationships with, there has been no more drama. So the conclusion was, maybe, just maybe, instead of just saying Israel just wants to attack everybody, maybe, just maybe, they're doing it because they're being attacked first. Again, I don't even know if I do not know the history of Israel. But if that is true, then it's like, oh, that's interesting. So, anyways. Clay, are you really talking about Israel? I know, spicy topic, but I'm also just throwing it out there as I'm literally down the middle because I have not done enough research to know the anything about anything. But I did see that and I thought, okay, if that is true, I do wonder how. I mean, that's an interesting point. Krista, I think you're cheating on me. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think you're cheating on me, Krista. I'll let you take that information and run with it as you please. Iowa is a huge corn maze. Yeah, exactly. Iowa is one big corn maze. You will get lost and you'll never get out. So don't come here. And definitely don't. Well, no, you can visit here. We'll take tourist dollars. But, like, don't move here. No, there is no silver lining, Philip. Iowa is the worst place ever. I hate it here. I hate it so much here that I'm building a house here. That's how much I hate it here in Iowa. It's literally that bad where I'm like, I'm going to build a house here. That's how bad it is. So do not move here. No, there's no deer in Iowa. You think Dukes of Hazzard is from Illinois? That was a little before my time. All the deer are laying on the side of the road. I don't even know what that means, Krista. I was just saying. I was just saying that. I was just saying that to add some spice and drama. Whoa! All right, we got all right. New breakout here. That white line, FYI, is the high of the day, so the price can never get above that line. Um, so the white line itself will just adjust higher. There's nothing. It's just corn, Matty Dented. Again, Iowa is a terrible, terrible place. Do not move here. That's all I'm saying. Move anywhere but Iowa. Yeah, rabid baboons everywhere. Exactly. Slow grind up. Yeah, it's one of those things where maybe we are back to just the slow and steady grind. These freaking longs. I failed 4 shorts, hoping it wouldn't. I've been up for 18 hours. Why you've been up for 18 hours? How do you get the high of the let's see, how do I do that? Here? No. Here? How Nope. Here. Okay, yeah, all right, here we go. By the way, I set this up like well over almost 2 years ago. So that's why I'm trying to remember. How did I actually do this? Here, and then price levels, and then right there, high, low. I worked this. Okay, all right, that's fine, no soup. I thought you were going to say, because I can't get away from the market. And I was about to have to go into dad mode and be like, listen, brother. Or friend mode, whatever you want to call it. I don't know your age. Either dad mode or friend mode and be like, listen, man, I think you have an unhealthy relationship if you have not been able to step away from futures for the past 18 hours. But that's not the case, so that's good. Okay, you're 36. Okay, well then I'd say more friend. But I don't have to because you were working some of that time. But yeah, if your eyes are bloodshot red, you're a little delirious, you look a little rough, and your reason is, dude, I've not been able to get away from the computer. I've been staring at futures for the past 22 hours straight. You kind of sound like a druggie. In fact, I would call you a futures head. That's not good. Crackheads are not good. Meth heads are not good. Futures heads are not good. All three things are possible. Futures, any stocks can be addicting, options can be addicting, but at least stock and options like cut you off. They're like, no, our market is closed now. Go do something else, if not sleep. But with futures being open 6 days a week, 23 hours a day, like you can develop some very, very unhealthy relationships. So yeah, don't be a futures head. Also, don't be a crackhead or don't be a meth head. Don't be a futures head. Futures are better than vacation. I mean, I don't know if you would say that if you're losing money in futures, but yes, if you are on a hot win streak, I can see why you would say that. In fact, I would probably agree. Futures are the way. Agreed. Futures through a prop firm are the way in the category of day trading. Yes, and then that's what. Yes, that is. Well, I'm just dedicated. I'm strung out of my mind right now because I haven't slept. But this is called dedication. Okay. White line is the high of the day. Yeah, you can be an option seller until that 1% of times where things go wrong. Okay. This will sound like I'm being like joking or not, but I'm literally not. This is the real terminology. But selling options naked, that can be great. Like that is where catastrophe can literally happen. If you sell options naked, oh boy. Over the years, let me put it this way: I've seen some people selling options naked, and I'm like, you definitely are not at the level. You definitely are not like they are playing with the amount of fire that can all exaggeration, all kidding aside, can literally wreck you. I don't know if it's for sure true, but it's got to be top three riskiest things you can do in the financial markets are to sell options naked. All right. Well, price is just grinding. By the way, can anybody hear the fan? Nobody has said about anything about the audio quality, so I'm assuming nobody can hear the fan. I really hope not, because it feels wonderful. Nope. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Whew. Audio is all good. All right, perfect. Dang, Chris is gone. Gone. That's crazy. Wow. I sell puts in my portfolio for income. Yeah. So, in other words, not naked. Okay, Krista. Good. I'm glad you're still here. I thought it was a wind turbine on your. So you can hear it, Props 8? You can seriously hear the fan. I have $600 in. No, I can't. Okay, all right. I was going to say, I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off and I will just sweat it out. But I'd prefer not to sweat it out. And I cannot wait to get out of this office. I'm tending, I think, get more and more. I don't know. I don't know what the term is, grouchy. But like this, like I can when you can start to see the finish line, like anything that is now preventing this finish line from happening, it's like oh. So like this week to hear that the roof has been pushed back to next week, it's like oh, I just want to get out of this office. Believe it or not, I am in kind of an office right now. Some people over the course have said, "Are you in like a car?" And it's like I understand why you think I'm in a car. I'm not. I'm actually in a room, but it's like a glorified closet. So I cannot wait to come out of the closet and get into my new office at the new house. That'll be a great day. So all these things that are preventing me from coming out of the closet or pushing it further away, it's like I just want to come out of the closet. Just get me out of this closet. Yeah, I think it should be pretty easy to do new office tour because I want to get a new camera and stuff like that. But like I have I always call it the Joe Rogan mic, like the mic that Joe Rogan uses. I do have that mic, but like just the logistics of it and the desk and where I'm at right now. So even this, little mic, I know it's not like A tier, quality, but like there's just so many things that I want to get to. So like news like today, it's just like, oh, what do you mean the roof's been pushed back till next week? Oh, that's classified, Todd. That is classified. I cannot weigh in on such matters. I know. I just want to come out of the closet. I got to get out of this glorified closet. But I'm actually very excited about the internet. So I don't know. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, is this too good to be true? Especially when it's all wireless still. But from my understanding, you can get some really good speeds. So I am looking for a pullback. We'll buy at the green line here. No moat. No moat. I guess there's technically a moat on the, what would that be, west side? Because there's a creek that splits up some of the land. How did the survey go? Good. Took a lot longer than we expected. But yeah, we're going to get some cabling run because he kind of identified where on the roof line it would have to be for the right signal, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to get some before the drywall and insulation goes in. Actually getting, yeah, I would assume, I don't know, you should make sure that this I don't know if I don't think it would be next link, but like if there's a similar service. I mean, you can always email me, no soup. But I mean, to just save yourself some time. Like I don't know what your plans are, but yeah, I mean, hey Clay, can you give me your thoughts on your strategy? Hey Clay, what do you think about this? Hey Clay, this is what I'm doing, or hey Clay, this is what I'm struggling with. Blah blah blah. It's like I can't really go down that rabbit hole, right? My time is limited, and I do have a mentorship for those sorts of questions. But again, I'm not saying that's what you plan on doing, but I would just I feel really bad over the years. And like I said, I've been started claytrader.com in 2013. So I mean, when I say years, I'm like over the past 13 years of starting the site, I've had some really huge emails, and it's just like I don't even want to know how long that took you, but like, dude, like, and I honestly, I don't even read them all because like they're like, hey Clay, I'm not part of it, blah blah blah, and but it's just like okay, I just can't. Now I've not obviously had 6 kids over the past 13 years, but like the more kids you get, I mean, it's just time is limited. So just FYI, no soup. I don't know what, but yeah, you're more than welcome to email me, clay@claytrader.com. But please don't type up like a 37 paragraph email about your strategy and explaining it all. And then here's my struggle points. What are that's, yeah. I mean, if you want to do that sort of stuff, just join the community. I mean, you're talking about sounds like you're scalping out and making $200 to $400 relatively on a routine basis. So just join the private community. It's $99 for 3 months. You could easily afford that, and that is like the exact arena of where it would make sense for you to share what you see. Ah, there we go. Philip is trying his hardest. All right. All right, this could be a short up here though. Maybe a fake break through the upside here. Especially with the 5 minute. 5 minutes already got an interesting looking candle. So we'll look for a short if it comes back down to the red line here. Again, no soup. This is the impression that I have. Maybe I'm wrong. But you are coming across as if you are crushing it. Like you're scalping the 5 second chart. You're making kind of money hand over fist. That's the impression that you've given me. So now if that's not true, then I'm not going to be confused. But like right now, I'm very confused. So you're making all this money, you want to interact, all this stuff, but all of a sudden $99 crawls into the picture, and you're like, well, it'll be in time. Like the impression I have right now is $99 is literally a drop in the bucket for the amount of money you're making. Okay, I'm not swimming in money right now. Money is always tight. Okay, fair enough. So then never mind. It just seems like you're constantly like everything you type is like, I just did this, I just said this scalp, I just said this scalp. And if you're taking 200 to 400 per scalp, I'm like, good grief, man. You just made like $4,000, brother. All right, still waiting to see if we can get short at the red line here. Did I say we? By we, I just mean me and the voices in my head. Clay, do the thing I said would work or you lose. Clay, do the thing I said would work or you lose. Huh? I think you got some typos in there, or you need some punctuation. Clay, do the thing I said would work or you lose. Clay, let me know when to take. Yeah, I'll let you know. You don't worry about that, brother. Why are you so angry? Chill. I'm very angry. Like I cannot explain to you how angry I am right now. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being furious, I'm at least at 12.7. Luke, are you wanting to be what kind of trader? I recognize your name from yesterday. Are you wanting to be a swing trader or a day trader? Thank you, Del Rey. Appreciate that. We're all angry. Exactly. We are all angry here. Day trader on few. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So my recommendation would be, so what I would add to that is I'm glad you do futures, but I would say you want to day trade futures through a prop firm. Because if you just go in as a beginner to futures with your own money, oh goodness. Oh, good. Please don't do that. Because as beginners, you will do stupid things for sure. Veterans still do stupid things from now and then. And stupid things in the world of futures can add up very quickly. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. If you want to get into to trading, or if you want to get into day trading, then focus on day trading futures through a prop firm. Because we are in the golden age right now of day trading. The invention of micro futures, what was that, 7 years ago? And now prop firms, truly a golden age. Thank you, Sky Mountain. Good to see you. Cool, no soup. Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. I've got angry Vikings swarming around town. They all just sit randomly and start rowing. Yeah, so where's Norway playing right now? All right, I'm still trying to short here. Red line entry. Okay, down in Texas. I've seen the Viking row. That thing's pretty cool. Are the Scottish still in it or no? Did they even make it to the round of 32? They are like, from my understanding, the biggest financial stimulus to the booze industry here. From what I'm seeing online, the Scottish people are literally like, in and of themselves, a stimulus package. Clay, you think? Oh, I don't know. I don't follow. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. I've not watched any games. I'm just following it through the headlines. Again, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Okay. I'm in. Come on, come on, come on. By no means do I think I'm enough to catch any sort of reversal. I'm not looking for any reversals. Do I think a thing wants to pull back a little bit? Sure. But I'm not delusional to the point where I think I can figure out where the actual top is and that this is going to be like the full blown. Now, if it wants to be the reversal, I'm obviously not going to complain about that. But that is not what I think I'm doing here. I'm not trying to catch any sort of like massive reversal. Took one out. Took another one out. And then let's just let these last three cook. I will put another target down here just in case it does want to come down some more. And then I'll throw one down there just in case there's some spiky spike. I'm not thinking there's going to be a spiky spike, but hey, you never know. No, you cannot pause the test. Once you get your... All right, man stopped out. All right, well, again, I'm happy with the mechanics. The mechanics were there. It's got risk off the table. I was positioned where if that thing did ultimately want to dump, then who knows? Who knows how well it could have worked out, but it didn't. ES 5-minute. I'd be getting scared. Okay, yeah. ES 5-minute, I'd be scared to be getting long right there. That's kind of a scary situation. Why take that trade? All levels said don't take it. I mean, it was a winning trade. And very clearly, not all levels said to not take it. Because my level said to take it, and it was a winning trade. So, I mean, logically speaking, that's not possible that all levels said don't take it. I saw levels that said to take it. And they were right. I forgot the Mongolian fib level. Yeah, I've never done. I don't use the Mongolian fib level though. I like the Argentina fib circle level. I don't want to blow up my test by going. That won't blow up your test. How much have you made today? My delta and footprint said to take it. Well, I don't know how that's possible because you were just told that all levels said not to take it. So now we have me saying something and we have Todd. And Todd's using it. He's using stuff that I don't use, but those things said. So RSD. I would just. I think what you meant to say are my strategy, my level said not to take it. And in that situation, totally cool. No problem. I get that. You have your strategy, but what I encourage you to realize is the world does not revolve around you. Not everybody is using your strategy and reading your levels the way you are reading them. I'm not saying you're reading your levels wrong. I'm not saying anything of that sort. I'm just saying that the world of trading will make sense if you operate under the assumption that the world does not revolve around you and that there are many strategies out there. The world makes way more sense very quickly if you look at it through that framework. Unless you are part of. Well, I'm sorry, but like it's the Barbara is kind of the new standard these days. Unless you're Barbara, looking to short at 490 stop. All right, throw away trash. I appreciate that. Philip is 11 on what size account, Philip? A 50K? Does that make sense? RSD music? Yeah. World revolves around me, itis. Okay, well, yeah, you still have like $400. But even if you go over, you can just lose some money to bring it back down to 1500. So that rule does not blow up the account or anything like that. Worst case, you go over it, and then they'll just adjust your profit target goal higher. But you won't lose the account, so nothing to be fearful of. I'm like the old man on the porch with a shotgun every my lawn is a target. Todd, yes, Todd is he'd be cranky. 9 a.m. working well as support right now in 2 minutes. Yeah, I have thought about it sometimes. Do I want to use the 9? I know the 9 is another very popular one out there, so I'm sure there's a ton of self-fulfilling prophecies with it. But for me, I already have. Sometimes I wonder if I need to delete out some of the lines I have. So the thought of adding another one in, it's like, I don't know. I'm a little new to the 9 EMA. You like it so far? I know a lot of people use it. Like I said, I'm very close to throwing it on, but I can look at this ES5 minute. Woo! I'd be very, very scared of getting long right now, but if anything, a short seems kind of interesting. I use the 9 EMA, 20 EMA, and 50 SMA. Interesting. So you're using the 20. I'm at the 21. Where did music guy go? Man, it's rough. It's rough. Sometimes I wonder, are they even real people? Or are they like bots? Yeah, the 9 is very relative after a bounce off 20, etc. It's a... And if it breaks, it'll push through a bit. Dang. So then you need to quantify a bit, and now you just have the Holy Grail. Because it sounds like that strategy is a breakdown, and then you scalp out for a bit. Because it will push through a bit. If it breaks, it will push through a bit. So let's quantify. How much is a bit, Brad? Then we know how much our profit target will need to be. We already have our entry point. Our entry point is the break of those levels. And then we know it will push through a bit. So, Brad, what is a bit? Can we get a number associated with that, good sir? $7 point. Oh, no, you're not Brad. It's undetermined. Well, then how is it? It's undetermined. How can it be undetermined? Dang, I thought we had the Holy Grail. Okay, so it sounds like you have a guaranteed 1 point at least. Can we say that, Brad? What you're saying is a guaranteed one point. Because you are using very certain terms, like if it breaks, it will move a bit. If it breaks, it will push quickly. So can we say it's at least 1 point? Does it go at least 1 point? Always bounces off them too. Okay, so then why are you focused on all this? Why? So Brad has identified okay, Keltner channels are the Holy Grail. Okay, so Brad is very clearly does not have any losing trades anymore. Thank you, Del Rey. Yeah, some people are quite offended by that. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do, Del Rey. Some people are not, they can't connect the dots. That I'm trying to be educational in, kind of a hopefully humorous type of way. Because very clearly, Do I actually think Brad has a holy grail? Do I think this stuff? No. But the way Brad is talking is ridiculous. The holy grail is still counting the channels. Always bounces off them too. Always. Okay. But for some reason, I have a sneaky suspicion that Brad is not in the top 10 wealthiest people in this country. I'm not. You're the one that said always bounces. I. If that makes me what you called me being for just taking you at face value, I'm not sure what. Like, that's a no-win. You're such a jerk for taking me at face value. But yet, if I didn't take him at face value, what happens? You're such a jerk for misrepresenting what I said. If it breaks, it runs liquidity. No, it doesn't. It literally does not. If it breaks, it runs liquidity. Not true. If that was true, that would be a holy grail, and you'd be one of the richest people here. Just like the Keltner channels, it doesn't always bounce from the Keltner channels. Once again, I'm taking what you have said at face value. Correct. Always. It always bounces from the Keltner channels. Okay, if that's the case, then you are probably richer than Elon Musk. I never say always in trading. Oh boy. See, this is the problem. This is, I mean, I just can't allow people to get away from such gaslighting. It's not a good look. I refuse to be gaslit. The Holy Grail is still Keltner channels. Always bounces off them, or always bounces off them to or bottom. And now what do we have this guy saying? I never say always in trading. Do you see? I refuse to be gaslit. I refuse to let this community be gaslit. Brad, don't pee in my leg and tell me it's raining, brother. If you're going to pee on my leg, just say I'm peeing on your leg. I'm a simple man. I really am. I'm a simple man. If you're going to pee on my leg, just be like, hey, brother, I'm peeing on your leg. I will respect that a whole lot more than peeing on my leg and trying to tell me it's raining. Oh, this is the rising. Wait, is this the rising wedge? I don't know. I think this upper trend line's messing us up. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh no, this okay. I'll take this as a rising wedge. Okay, we'll get short at the red line. See if we can get a breakdown of the wedge. All right, have a good one. No soup. Yeah. Nothing needs to be fixed. It just needs to be put on. Okay, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Looking for the rising wedge breakdown. I am in. There we go. Come on. Keep breaking down. Give me some continuation. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Push. Push. All right. Out. I don't like how it's hesitating. If you're still in, I don't blame you. I mean, that's fine, but I wanted to err on the side of caution. Again, Philip, these are all things that are part of the mentorship program, my friend. If you're interested in it, I'd be happy to show you. But, like, again, those are very loaded questions. There's a lot of it depends that goes into it. All right, glad I hopped out where I did. So, got the break, came down, but not now. If it wants to come back down, do I hop back in short? Because this would be a failed move back up here, which could be interesting. Wow, Brad just doesn't address the gaslighting. He's just now acting like it didn't even happen. That's crazy. That is wild. I thought he'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I did say always, and then I just claimed to never use the word always. So yeah, sorry about that, Clay. Sorry about that, chat. Nothing. Just he's gonna act like it didn't even happen. That's wild. Man, I actually can't find a good entry today. Well, think about that though. Slow away, throw away trash. At least you have that metric. At least you know what a good entry is. Therefore, you can't find a good entry. Some people don't even know what a good entry is. So they're like, I did. You seem to have trouble holding trades. Well, you seem to not understand my strategy, Bowser. Again, just last week, my first trade in the live stream, I had a 100-point trade. I said oops, basically. So, in other words, I didn't really say oops. I basically said oops. like, okay. So, and I don't have the right answer. So, just like a funny thought experiment. If somebody says they basically apologized to you, did they apologize to you? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I want to say no, but I have not given this any more brain power. But if somebody's like, I basically apologized, is that an apology? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think on that? I basically apologized. Basically apologizing to somebody, is that an apology? Again, at face value, off the top of my head, I would want to say no. Yeah, it was basically sincere. Wait. I mean, that was basically a winning trade. Wait, what? Well, that's again, I made money from the falling wedge, or I'm sorry, the rising wedge. Thankfully, I had to turn into a scalpy scalp, but in hindsight, looking like that was the right decision. A definite maybe. Yeah. Skelpy Skelp died inside. You sound like Snooky. I don't even think I've said the Skelpy Skelp today, have I? Yeah, I've had to tell my kids. So the two things that I've been really harping on my kids with are like. So I agree with that. Stop saying like. Okay, do not say like anymore. So like, they've had to really stop and like not say like, and then also the whole I feel. Well, I feel it's like well no facts don't care about your feelings. Like if you feel sick, that's fine. But if you feel as though 2 + 2 = 5, yeah, no, that's not how this works. That is something else that has been an epidemic. People, when they're trying to discuss something that is actually black and white, they say, well, I feel, it's like, no, I don't care what you feel. So I've really tried to harp, don't say I feel, say I think. Because that implies you are trying to, well, use your brain within this conversation, not your feelings. So those are the two things. But yes, the whole I don't know when it happened, but when people start to replace I think with I feel, it is taken over. And I don't know exactly when that occurred, but goodness, that's such not a good look. If I'm having a conversation, I'd prefer if the other person is using their brains to engage with me, not their feelings. An apology with reservations is a guarded response to not take any accountability. Maybe, they've done studies. 6% of the time it works. Yeah, very very solid studies. Agreed, Del Rey. Hey, good morning, Cam. You're just mad because you got no Riz. Yep, that's timeout. That word Riz, I'm too old and cranky for that one. So that's a 10-second timeout to think about that. Slow Morrow, I want you to reflect on that for the next 10 seconds to never use that word again. 10 seconds. That's all you need to come back a Rizless man. Skidbiddy toilet? Skidbiddy toilet. Okay, skidabiddy. I don't know what that is. Is that new lingo? Or is that a typo? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this stupid pattern that did not work. Well, I mean, it worked if you scalped it like I did, but overall, we've seen better rising wedges. I can't lie. It is kind of, can be nice in there. I just heard from the kids. Oh, really? That's a term. Skidbit. Okay, I have skidbitty. Oh my goodness. You're right. What is this? That's a term. What? Oh, it's a TV series. Okay, through YouTube. Okay. What the? All right, I'm doing zero more research into that. Yeah, hey, Raymond, it's up there. It's up there. At least we had good terms in our day. I don't know. Did we? I think we did, but I'm biased. I don't know what were terms for the 80s and 80s and 90s. I mean, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to think of something that. Okay, I guess like I would say, oh man, he's got game. Would an older person look at that and be like, he's got game? Like, what do you mean? He's got like a Monopoly board in his back pocket? I don't know. Is that something that maybe doesn't make sense? Oh, and broke the 9 EMA. Suckers. Who are the what suckers? Who are the suckers? Yeah, he's a player. Yeah, like would an older person look at that saying and be like, "Oh, well, what sport does he play?" My bad. I think that one's kind of intuitive. Maybe. Like, my mistake? Yeah, but I think the argument here is, which I think I sort of agree with. It seems like this new generation is like literally taking terms that don't come anywhere close to explaining the concept. You, the one who doesn't play. So, okay, so I'm the sucker because I didn't take that trade. Brad has reverted back to like Brad from way back in the day when the guy was a absolute dent. I don't know what happened to Brad, but he's back to those days. Brad, like this would not be the live stream to keep running your mouth. If there's ever a live stream to not do it, it'd be this one, Mister. This always happens, and then 7 messages later, I never use the word always. Like that would be that would be the situation to just maybe pipe down and maybe come back and try a few months later, hoping that we all forgot about this. But the fact you're still jawing, oh, I'm really a nice guy. You're yes, again, I am crazy for taking people at face value of what they say. You know it's bad when somebody's like, "Wait, you're listening to me and taking my words at face value. You're the crazy one." What society have we arrived at? Yes, Southpaw. That was I think from last week. People who call themselves real, yeah, no, yeah, I've noticed that too. Never and always are words that should be used sparingly, especially in a trade. I mean, yeah, I fully agreed. I'm just trying to think like when is it like when can you actually use the word like definitely not in trading. I don't know if I told you guys but I'm a really nice guy. Yeah, yeah, no cap, all that sort of stuff. It's like how does that I always lose money. Right. Southpaw, like as traders, and I realize the irony there. I just said like. I apologize. I'll try to get better at it. But as traders, if there is ever a group of people where it's understandable to have things blend together, it would be like our group. I don't even remember. No, okay, that would be a lie. I do remember the last trade. It was that falling wedge or rising wedge. But ask me to remember my trade my third trade ago. No idea. I cannot remember my third trade ago. It's all blending together. I know. I'm working on it. Well, my short is done. Break even. Didn't run. Well, I mean, you talk, Brad, in such a way like there's guarantees out there. I will give you credit there. At least you came back and like, okay, yeah, I probably shouldn't have run my mouth as much as I did because yeah, maybe Clay isn't as much of a sucker as what I called him because the best you could do is break even. Kind of sort of bull flag on ES. I still remember the silver trade like 8K when you had the wrong amount of contracts. That's not me. I never made 8K on silver. I did have a very, very good trade on silver where I tilted and I took a pro account to the buffer plus, I can't remember. Like I don't remember what it was. And like one trade in 3 seconds. But I never made 8,000. Again, Brad, again, nobody actually cares. And you should know this. You know we don't do trust me bros around here. You didn't give us any numbers ahead of time. You're just You're just jaw jacking with no runners. So give us a trade plan ahead of time next time. We'll see what happens. We'll see how good this is. Why should I prep frame? I will take months to complete. I think, do you mean prop firm? Yeah, you don't understand. You are looking at the wrong prop firm. Let me put it this way: if you're looking at a prop firm that is going to take months to complete, you are looking at the wrong prop firm. So there are definitely better ones out there that do not take a month to complete. No, Ryan, good question. I don't do journals. I'm not saying journaling is worthless, but there are a lot of pitfalls. Are you going to invest in SpaceX long term? No. Well, I take that back. If they start to pay a dividend, I'll consider. But I am not looking to grow capital at this point. In my financial journey, I want to be able to make money while I sleep. Like, I want money to show up in my budget every month, not unrealized gains, right? So I am more so in the passive income standpoint. So yeah, the stocks that I'm after these days are probably considered more so the boring ones, right? That have been around a long time. They have so much cash. They don't actually know what to do with it. So let's just send it back to shareholders in dividends. But yes, if you are in the stage of your financial where you're looking to grow capital, then yeah, maybe SpaceX is worth taking a swing at. Yep, I definitely own some O. O is one of them I have. Ticker symbol O. That's one of them. But yeah, I have quite a few. From stocks to REITs to ETFs to CEFs. Give us a trade plan. That's not a trade plan. So are you saying you would buy at 503? Give us an actual trade plan, Brad. 3 numbers. Yeah. SpaceX is definitely has a lot of hype behind it. To be fair, maybe the hype is legit. No first. Okay, so you can't give us a trade plan. Gotcha. Okay. So Brad is here to make just broad statements on things, but actually give us 3 numbers so we can hold him accountable and see what he's talking about. No, I can't do that, brother. But he's a nice guy. Remember, he is a nice guy. And I am crazy for listening to what he says and taking it at face value. So you guys just remember that. I'm the crazy one. He's the nice one. Let's all keep context here. I cray, but he's a really nice guy. Oh, did I get distracted with the Ryan? I'm not sure if I finished my thoughts on that. But the thing with journaling is that's also where you can end up with, I think, strategies with 4,000 rules. Because you'll take a trade, you'll have a loss, and then you'll like go back and analyze it for journaling's sake. And I mean, if you analyze something hard enough, you'll find a reason why it was wrong. So then you'll add in that rule to prevent it. And then, pretty soon you'll need 18 monitors for all the different time frames and your 8,000 indicators and your 47,000 rules. And then you'll be able to make one trade every decade. Okay, I'm done with that. You're fired. I super successful full-time day trader. And only log in after I'm done for the day. You're fired, bro. Good luck fighting with the world. By the way, my 503 triggered. Yeah. Again, notice. Fits the pattern to a T. Runs his mouth. Now he's even crazier than the trolls. Ran his mouth. Was fully says they always bounce. Couple posts later, I never said they always happened. And then he keeps going. He basically apologized. And then says more stuff. I say, can you give us 3 numbers? And now what? There we go. To fulfill it, ad hominem fallacy attacks me. and then says I'm out of here. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You longer time people, you've heard me talk about this pattern over and over again. He didn't fit the pattern totally. He actually went to the extreme side of the pattern. And then he fired me. And he is 100% not a full-time trader. That I can guarantee you. Like, with full certainty. He is no way a full-time day trader. Because I could have sworn last month he was talking about, oh, I just got off work, blah, blah, blah. So if he is a full-time trader, he is totally in experimental mode where he just quit his job. Hopefully he didn't quit his job. Because that, yeah. But I was just, that I think, again, I try to give credit where credit's due. I think that was the first time I've been fired, though. He fired me right in front of you all. That's crazy. So when my wife asked, hey, Clay, how'd the live stream go today? I'm saying, I got fired. Hey, Captain Crunch. Clay, did you know? Really? Is that true or no? If so, that is kind of a random fun fact, but that's interesting. I mean, that crazy. Hey, would you mind giving us 3 numbers? Nope, you're fired. Oh, okay. Oh, look, he's still here. I'm out of here, and he's still yapping. Well, then you're not a full-time trader. But yeah, I'm out of here. You're too rash to reverse. I know. Me listening to what people are saying and taking their words at face value is rash. Go build that crooked shed for somebody. Good. Can you imagine hiring this guy for a handyman? Oh, good. Like, I feel bad for those people. Yeah, what is rash? What does that even stand for? Like, what does that mean, to be rash? What does being rash mean? To act or speak quickly without thinking carefully about the consequences. Oh no, I am definitely not rash then, because I've thought very closely. In fact, I have thought very much so about the consequences. And the consequences are, I'm either going to get a trade plan that we can all follow along with, or you're going to start to just. Now, I never thought I'd get fired, but I thought I'd get some sort of excuse. I just think some people don't understand the numbers saying, yeah, he does though, because he's been here before. Blunt and to the point, yeah, I mean, I'll accept blunt. I'll accept not beating around the bush. That's fair. Yeah, exactly. What was he? He said 503 bounce. So this is what I mean. This is how I can tell the guy is not a day trader. And if he is, he'll be back to it very quickly. Like, and this is the second time he's done it. Like, he is quite literally a crazy person. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that is the nature of this. When the price was below 503, he said that. Kellner's at 503. See if it touches and reverses. So what keeping the West Wild is reminding us as it hit 503. Sure, it dropped a little bit, but that's not a reversal, folks. This little candle here is not a reversal. And now it's way up here. So keeping the West Wild in good humor, pointing that out. But he also tried to portray it as if it was a winning trade, and I told you so. That's what I mean, is he's literally a crazy person. He went from things always bounce from the Keltner channel to, I never use the word always. I pointed that out, and his words, not mine. Well, I basically apologized. Again, his words, not mine. I basically, that's what he said. And then, yeah, he keeps doubling down. He probably lost a trade now, is mad. I don't know. He's having a rough day, but he is. I've said this before, and the live streaming, hey, what's up, Elvid, has helped me make more sense. Where live streaming is really cool in the sense of I can talk to people that are in Canada. I can talk to people in California. I can talk to people in Bangladesh. I can talk to people, Unkillable Soul. He's in Indonesia. I can talk to people in Indonesia, like in real time. Like if everybody gave their locations, there are people here right now from around the country of America and around the world. Super cool. I could go from talking to potentially a doctor to somebody that's maybe a stay-at-home mom to somebody that is maybe a college kid to potentially a business owner. And then I could go to somebody that's literally a 12-year-old living in their mom's basement. Then I could go to talking to somebody that is potentially literally doing drugs and is high right now. Then I could talk to like the Brads. The Brads who are, they're not, they got some screws loose. And so that's helped me like, okay, Clay, you have to remember that I could literally be hopping from a conversation to a doctor who's legitimately a doctor to somebody that is cracked out or drunk or something in their parents' basement. Like that is as funny as that kind of sounds, like that is as cool, but as also as crazy as what live streaming opens up. So, and Brad is, like I said, after that demonstration, he's either got some screws loose or he's been sucking back on Grandpa's old cough medicine. Yeah, look, we got somebody in England. That's crazy. I live with my mom. It's her culture. Yeah, well, what culture are you in? What culture is that? I'm not perfect at it, but that has helped me realize like I gotta just get a little bit quicker moving on from some of these conversations. Cause like quite literally, I operate on the assumption that I'm talking with rational people. But like there are some situations that I've learned that like no, I'm literally not talking to a rational person because they're maybe like literally diagnosable bipolar or drunk or high or who knows what. Cause this is a live stream. People can, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Indian. All right, well, there we go. I learned that. Apparently in India, it is part of the culture to live in the basement of your parents. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, there's my fun fact of the day. Stay-at-home son? I don't know. Okay. Well, I think that could be part of a lot of cultures. Like you're just helping out your parents. I would say it sounds like you were being a good son. I appreciate that, Jace. But think about the um what is the term, the counterfactual to that. Honestly, I think that's why I have your stream is your rationality towards all things, as opposed to what, like my irrationality towards all things. How can that be productive? You know what I mean? If I'm being irrational towards stuff, how is that productive? If you, and I'm just saying you in general, if you are going about things irrationally, that's not good. That's not good. So I'm glad you appreciate me being rational, but I hope that's like the default goal for all of us here. Oh, that's a good saying. How many trades have I done today? I don't know. Probably at least 10. I think what I'm at 4, maybe 4 or 5 on the live stream so far, Chips. What about you? How many trades have you made? In my culture, we become fat. And okay, so that's where you're erring. You're confusing your friend group with your culture. I suppose you could say your friend group kind of becomes your culture, but that's not American culture. That's you choosing poor friends. I'm a beginner just learning. I have no clue, to be honest. Hey, well, you know what? You do have a clue. If you know that you don't have a clue, you have a very big clue. Because let me tell you, Chips, there are a lot of people that think they have a clue, and a lot of us sitting around are just going, you don't have a clue. So in all actuality, Chips, that's a huge step on your part. To know that you don't have a clue, good job. No, I cannot explain my last trade. That is That is a very, very in-depth thing. So, yeah, that's kind of like if you walk up to a professional video game player and you're like, can you explain how you just won that game? And it's like, well, I don't know. I had to press all these buttons, but I pressed this button in this order because I had to consider this, and because there's a lot of pieces there, Chip. So like, for your status of things, me explaining that trade would not mean a whole lot to you at all because you don't have a clue. You never get a clue in trading, just odds. Well, yeah, I guess we're kind of talking about terms there. But Chips, you are on the right path. I watched some of the videos you made like 9 or 10 years ago. Good stuff. Hey, Brian. Yeah, stick around, Chips. Good to have you here. I will say this. I would encourage you as a beginner, and assuming, well, I mean, yeah, you are a beginner, but assuming you want to be a day trader, then in this day and age right now, we're in the golden age. I'd say put your attention towards day trading futures through a prop firm. Yeah, exactly, Todd. Patterns are clue. Yeah, yeah, pattern could be. Again, we're kind of getting a little into semantics with all that. I understand what he's saying. But dang, yeah, the 503 Keltner channel, man, yeah, it bounced in reverse all right. Poor keeping the West Wild is getting cooked. I am looking for a short. I'd be interested in a short at that yellow line. I went to short with a Keltner. You still friends or what? VWAP under us. I think quite a bit under us. Hey, oh, there it is. Yeah. Is VWAP somehow relevant to you right now? BVT man? VWAP in my mind completely irrelevant. It is below us, but it is like a couple hundred points below us. All right, Todd. Cheers. That's true. So like, yeah, live streaming right now. That's true. I'm competing right now with the World Cup, aren't I? Brutal, brutal stuff. Even Todd right now. Good thing it's only once every 4 years. I don't like having to compete against the World Cup during the day. I'm going with the trend right now. Yeah, I think trading is a little bit harder than that. Like, thank you, Slow Morrow. I do think, again, trading does not need to be rocket science, but this is another example where it's just like, okay, that's a little too easy. Like, price above VWAP, therefore trend is up. Price below VWAP, therefore trend is down. It's like I understand what you're trying to get at, but it gets a little sketchy. Gets a little sketchy. Because if this thing is going to return down a VWAP, my friend, there's going to be a downtrend. There's going to be a downtrend. That's a good answer right there, Southpaw. Okay, well, now we're getting a little bit different there, BVT. Sounds like you're factoring in some other things. So that's good then. That's good then. Trends are indeed made to be broken. That is true. Long 526, stop 516. Good. I will look for a long right there. See if we can pull back. Again, looking to get long at that green line. Out at 520. I got you. Just decided to keep the loss at 6 points. Fair enough. Good job. Nothing but respect. You had the courage to give us some numbers ahead of time. Unlike some people, the lip flappers. All right. Thought it was another easy bounce off 9, but not this time. That'd be nice if it happened every time. I just caught nice short. Good job, Del Rey. No, come back down. Long 525. Par 16. All right. Are you in yet, or are you still waiting to get filled? Oh, you are in already. All right. Makes sense. I would assume MJ was waiting for some form of confirmation. See, that's how you do the confirmation. I understand people can't give numbers ahead of time because you have to wait for confirmation. That's fair. So, like MJ here, had to wait for confirmation. I would assume the confirmation he was using is the hammer candle. I'm guessing. But as soon as he got in, he let us know. He got in at 526 and the rest of the numbers. So, beautifully handled. Now, some of you are able to give numbers all ahead of time, but I do understand some strategies require some confirmation. Oh, okay. 9 make and the hammer. All right. Well, I don't know if it's going to pull back enough now. We'll see. Yeah, I kind of want to get long here, but I think that's more out of annoyance. That is the annoyance trying to convince me. I like to scale in and out for a longer trade, so it's hard for me to give 3 numbers. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, rookie, but you're also like have a proven track record here. So, I mean, your trust me bros are a little bit more acceptable than the name that we've never seen before that just pops up out of nowhere. All right. Again, the white line here is the high of the day. So price can never get above that line. The line itself will just move higher. What would be pretty amazing is if this stays below, and then because we have this pivot point. So if these could perfectly like match up like right here. But that's still, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 minutes away. Is this the lunch chop? I think, no, I think this is just summer afternoon trading right now. In many ways, I think we're getting back to summer trading. Iran drama, pretty much. I mean, it can obviously flare up at any point, but that's kind of off the table. So I think this is just kind of normal afternoon summer trading at this point. Right, exactly. Keeping the West Wild. Yeah, if you're never talking about your trades or talking about this or that, I mean, that's fine. Like, there's zero. But if you start to show up and, act like some of these people do, it's like, okay, well, I don't know. Let give us some examples. Word is they are waiting for cooler temperatures to begin Browden. Yeah, and that's fine. Again, if you are very very like quick like boom boom, I totally get that. But also, if you never show up and like tell us all the stuff, it's like okay, then fine. So again, with Matt, like I yeah, but at the same time, I do I love that Neil. He's very active. He's typing stuff up. I appreciate that very much so. Because that does help with the chat box. It helps with the algorithm. So that is a very big asset. But also every now and then, like I tell Neil, like, hey, one every 37. Could you give us some numbers? That's great. But like, yeah, Matt, keeping the West wild, like you could totally like you could explain a trade you did in hindsight, and I like which yes, it's a trust me, bro. But you guys have track records around here, so like I will trust you. Yeah, no, Neil, that was great yesterday. That was great. But yes, the random new person that shows up, given this is the internet, if they're gonna start saying stuff, okay. I did give you yeah, good man. Yeah, so thank you. Because that is interaction. Did we drop today out of the open or no? No, I think we just went straight up, didn't we? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so no huge pullbacks today. What's all time high? Oh, Doc Soul. Okay, this is looking like a very juicy short. We have the upward trend line. We have this pivot point. So up here, right around, let's call it 575. Looking like it could be a very interesting situation. So yeah, these days are weird. Like we were up a lot of points. 500. Oh, okay, almost 500 point. Well, 500 point. That because I know one of you are gonna be like, "Excuse me, Clay. We're only up 499 points. You bold-faced liar." Okay, so let's wait. Come on. Come on. Oh, what is going on here? Come on. Dude, 498 is kind of spicy as a resistance. What's up with 498? There. Okay, we're up 500 points. Yet it's one of those weird situations where we're up 500, yet I don't know. It's kind of like it's like a slow 500. Like if you were to tell me without me being able to look at how many points, and you were to ask me just based on kind of the feel, the vibe. I can't believe I just used the word vibe, but that actually kind of makes sense. But like, I would be like, no, today's probably a very modest day. I don't know. Maybe we're up what like 150 points. It's just kind of been slow. There hasn't been a lot of like explosive moves. I would never guess that we're up 500 points on a day like today. My profit from strategy is 6 contracts, 3 at 4 point. Cool. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, that'd be you trying to type that all up in real time or ahead of time, keeping the West Wild. That would be a sight to see. Look at this. Almost perfect. We're almost going to get the perfect. Okay, yep. I'm going to try it right now. I'll throw it up there just in case. Look, we have a double whammy of resistance. We have the tread line and the pivot. Now, does that mean it will act as resistance? No. But is that something that I could see making sense? Yep. Dude, right now I'm looking at Top Golf. Maybe this might be because my wife, she's like, I'd like to do something for 4th of July. And I think she means probably more than fireworks, but like Top Golf, that could be fun. Clubs though for the younger ones. I don't know if we have enough clubs, but they got a deal right now. Okay, if we have any Top Golf people that are like doing it, is this good? I would assume that maybe Top Golf slows down over the 4th, which is why they need to run these deals to try to get people in. Maybe people are not thinking of Top Golf, but I don't know. That could be fun. Could be fun. I'm gonna think about it. Yeah, 51. That's the minimum. I like it keeping the West Wild. I don't know. Hey yo, what is it? Is what kind of mode is the Elgo in today? I don't like to see that question mark at the end of your statement. Yesterday you showed up and there was no question mark, brother. Well, bummer. I don't know what to do then. We have been waiting for you. That question mark is truly devastating to us all. Yeah, no, I know clubs are there. What I'm saying is I don't know if there's any like super small ones though. Like, and when I say super small, I'm talking about for like 5-year-olds. Oh, I haven't taken any trades. Hey, yo, this is just that's just numbers. That's all Photoshop down there. Do they have kids clubs? Does Top Golf? Oh, there we go. Have clubs for kids. Oh, toddler size? Doxol. Doxol. Oh, I think I'm cooking. I think I'm cooking. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we're going to do that. I'm cooking. Thank you, Kyle. Jay, long at 550. Stop it. All right, look at that. Jay Keith. Dude just shows up out of nowhere, stops dropping. Like, Jay Keith is the exact opposite of the Brad, of drunk Brad. Crazy. Appreciate that, Jay Keith. Hey, Eddie, with the good morning. Gotta love the West Coast. Done for the day. Gonna watch Norway. See? That's what I mean, Matt. Have a good rest of your day, Matt. I cannot wait until I'm done having to compete against the World Cup. Now we just lost Matt. But you are a ham radio operator. I'm not, no. Is that still a thing? Um, like I do live rural Iowa, but I'm also I don't know. Well, let's call it 7 minutes to like a Walmart and like downtown my city. Now my city, the downtown is like a Walmart, 3 other grocery stores, gas stations, Domino's, a couple other pizza places. So like we're rural, but we're not like rural where it's like in other words, we're like a 10-minute drive to like the local hospital there. So it is not like rural in the sense of somebody gets hurt, okay, you better get going because you got an hour to the hospital. So, but I don't know. Are you saying that in that situation, ham might be a good suggestion? So I'll meme today, both Germany and Japan knocked out. Oh, I saw that. The pointing one? That is still a thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll have to look at. There's so much stuff that I'd like to get into, but like ham radio was not on the list. I'm not saying it won't end up on the list, but man, that's just one more thing. Yeah, that pointing meme is insane. What Sophie, whatever her name is. Hey, I'm drinking a beer. All right, Jay Keith. I don't know. Do I encourage Jay Keith to keep drinking? And then he toasts a bunch of accounts and uses code Clay? That sounds kind of unethical on my part. Hey, Jay Keith, take another sip, brother. How about take another half dozen? Take another 2 dozen sips, brother. So the key that I have with Jay Keith is I need to get him drunk and to the point where he starts cooking accounts, but I can't have him be drunk with blurry vision. He's still got to be able to type. He's still got to be able to hold down shift while he types in Clay, since we need all caps. So I got a very fine task ahead of me. Get him drunk, but not too drunk. All right, maybe a long, not maybe. I am looking for a long here at the 21 EMA. Okay, I'm in. Take the little scalpy scalp there. Just a little scalpy scalp. Is Dean here? Oh, there is Dean. Dean, give me a 1 if you're still here, you dirty rat. Dean Constan 481. Give me a 1 if you're still here. Little scalpy scalp. That was for you, Dean. Good. I hope the cringe was so bad I like cracked your back like a chiropractor would. If so, you owe me some money. Since you didn't have to go to the chiropractor. 2K this morning. Good job. Good job, Jay. Yeah, it was a free adjustment with cringe. So immature, so infantile. See, why would you not hang out here? It's a free adjustment. I'm also a chiropractor, apparently. With the cringe I can bring. It'll make. Oh, aha, Doc Saw. Hey, Valerie, or Valreal. Yeah, what's it like down in Texas? Like, are you guys hotter than normal? Imagine being in a theater without your headphones plugged in and everyone just. That's true. I mean, there is an inherent amount of risk to hang out here. If you are in like an office environment or a theater, or if there's any rational, non-crazy person around, you are playing with fire. Because if I go on one of my infantile things, people are going to be like, what are you listening to? But by that point, it is too late. It's too late because they already heard what you're listening to. The only reason why they're asking, what are you listening to, is to try to distract your brain for a moment while they can reach in and find their mace that they are preparing to spray in your face. They don't actually care what you're listening to. They have already deemed you're a crazy person. I need to distract them for just a few moments to get my mace ready. Hey, you watch it. You know that me singing is like a angel. 103 here Thursday. Is that with the heat index or without the heat index? Because here, I think we're supposed to get up over 100, but like our temperature is only like 93. But if it's 103 without index, and you're what, like over 110 easily. I am on the office, but you're on earphones. That's what I'm saying. You're playing a risky game. If you ever forget to have the earphones in, it's crazy. You're playing with fire, man. I know. I've been known to to shatter some glasses. Thank you, Matt. That's I think the most honest thing we've had said all day, right there. There is zero chance that you're being sarcastic. There is zero sense that you're exaggerating. There is zero chance. I mean, that is factual. All right, do we try another long here? Zero chance. 80 feels like, dang. Where are you at, Jay Keith? That sounds like a. Oh wait, you're over in Massachusetts, right? So that sounds nice. This candle has me a little worried. But again, if the premise is this is a slow and steady grind and it's just going to keep slowly, steady grinding, well then. Ooh, Jay Keith. Yeah, it's coming for you. So the heat dome must be, it's moving then. Because it's for us right now. Like our heat effects, I think, are done tomorrow. Okay, I think I have to get long here. Okay, I'm long. Out there for a scalpy scalp. There you go. See, I was mature. The scalpy scalp. I need to make Clay's scalpy scalp my message. That is a for sure way to get yourself maced. Like if your phone goes off and it's like if you're sitting there amongst a bunch of. So my, I don't know if this is morbid or not. So my parents, they're retired, but like just because I mean, I don't know if it's most old people, but like my parents were just very hardworking, blah blah blah. So like they're retired, but they're like I'm bored. So now they work at a funeral home as like a part time thing. So they're always giving me the scoop. Hey, do you remember so and so from school? Yeah, yeah, their dad just died. So I mean, it's kind of nice. Like it keeps me in the loop. But I just got a text. Hey, do you remember so and so? No, no, I don't think so. So I'm guessing that this person either died or. But yeah, given that they still live where I grew up, they got the lowdown. And in the city that I grew up in, I think there's well last I think there's like two I was gonna say nursing homes, funeral homes. So like they got the lowdown on who's and whose options contracts have reached expiration. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So I signed up for Take Profit Trader. It was pending yesterday, and after I got it up, it's now showing reset. It's my first time using a prop firm. Could you give me some clarity on this, please? Have you made any trades on it? For real? I need $19 for 150. Yeah, I would. I'd be kind of careful trying to make 150 bucks a day. I agree with I agree with Jay Keith is telling you. Because now, I mean, what are you doing? You're gonna go force a trade for 19 bucks? Like, okay, where does $150 a day come from? Good job, Del Rey. But yeah, for real, yeah, don't have you logged in? Okay, maybe this video might help you out. Let me send you this real quick. So right here, I'm not saying that this is how you for sure have to set up your platform, but it'll give you at least the baseline to work with. So maybe this will help you out a little bit more. Yeah, I had to say stuff in a way, Captain Crunch, that people understand. And I think it's become tradition at this point that I have to just continually call you out for being the scumbag rat that you are, for poisoning our kids with food poison, Captain Crunch. Did I say with food poison? I meant with food dye. You're poisoning our kids with food dye, you scumbag. I think that's become tradition now. When he shows up, I gotta just let him know. Like, I don't want him to think that we've forgotten. I love my red 5 and yellow 7. Well, Captain Crunch and you are gonna get along real well. Good job, Jay Keith. I mean, bless his heart. Look at him. Who does Captain Crunch? Is that General Mills? General Mills' marketing department has been training him very well. Okay, I'm thinking about maybe another long here. Once again, that 21 EMA is held. That green line turns blue, I'm in. Yeah, fish sticks. Yeah, those are definitely natural berries. Those are right off the vine. Picked last week, exactly. They're yeah, not only are they natural, they're like organic too. Come on. I am long. Blue line is my entry. I probably have very bad motivations on this one. Like I wanted to help. I wanted to hop out so I could say a certain slogan a certain way, but like I kind of like it more than doing what I want to say. But for entertainment purposes, I may be hopping out just strictly so I can crack some backs with cringe. Come on. Organically grown from the test tubes. Come on, just give me a poppy pop. All kidding aside, this has got me potentially wanting to add right here. Really like how it's respecting the 21 EMA. Okay, potentially like the fake break here. All right, I will add now if it comes back up. Because that would be a pretty epic move here. Knock out some people, then come right back up. Let's see. And just trying to trust the trend here. Again, looking to add some more at the green line if this candle can come back up. Hmm. I don't want to outfancy myself. Come on. Come on. I'm going to cancel out the add order right there. Maybe put it down a little bit lower. I guess I should have just taken what I wanted back up there. Life would be a little bit easier right now. Come on. All right, at this point, I'm going to add some right there. So just trying to trust the trend here. Again, looking to add some more at the green line. Come on. I don't know. This candle's about to be done moving around. There's a new one. Come on, push, 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 push. All right, well, either bounces here or I'm going to have to start to think about waving the white flag. But man, well, it keeps teasing me. It keeps acting like maybe it wants to make the move back up. Obviously, I would love a move like that, but I don't need anything that big for this to work out. But man, it is just heavy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oof. That's right. Keeping the west. No, I'm good. I'm good. If I'm too focused, I just don't look at the chat. So, and I've learned that you guys are cool about that. Like, you guys understand the situational awareness. Like, what a jerk. Why did he just start ignoring us all of a sudden? I had a great, great, great trade yesterday if you were here. Not the exact same as this, but kind of. Right? I trusted the trend, and the trend ultimately, came to my rescue. But this one, it just is having a hard time sustaining any sort of move up right now. All right, I got to hop out of this one. All right, well, bummer. Kind of leaning bearish here. Yeah, I mean, I'm still overall bullish, but yeah, at some point you just got to cut it, and it kept acting as if it wanted to turn around. So I was like, all right, let me give it a little bit more. Okay, let me give it a little bit more. Okay, now I want to. Okay, now I'll add. Okay, no, no. Okay, let me give it a little bit more. So on the bright side of things, at least it never came up and like filled me and then kept dropping. So that was at least nice at the price. But yeah, that one toyed with me in the sense of I held longer than I should have, but it kept, at least for my vision, my chart vision, it kept behaving as if it was like getting ready to want to come back up. And then it would just all of a sudden drop back down. What? So, yeah. So that one strung me along. been a while. Weren't you just here last week, Matt Man, or am I completely dented? I could have sworn you were here at least last week, Matt Man. Or am I? Maybe I have you confused with. No, maybe I have you confused with the Matty Matt. Okay, I think I have you confused with Matty Matt. You're Matt Man. Okay. So it has been a while then. Yes. Now can't remember all the details, but okay. That makes more sense. I mean, is it my age or is it the fact that I interact with hundreds of people every week? It could be my age, but I think it's equally as plausible that maybe I just can't remember every single screen name that pops up on a live stream. Yeah, maybe it is my age. Maybe that's why I can't do that because of my age, I suppose. Yeah, 100% my age. So yeah, no, there's no way that could be it. It's definitely my age. Clay, maybe you have a mobi a MOBA a mobi a mobi. What are those things that are in your brains? A MOBA? A brain amoeba. Brain mo. Yeah. That sneezes clearly. So maybe I have one of these. The brain eating amoeba. And that's why I can't remember. Not my. Yeah, actually, that sounds like the most. You dirty rat. You dirty rat. Oh well. Yeah, it's probably because I'm not having my Captain Crunch. Amoeba. Thank you. That does sound like the proper pronunciation. EA sound, not O sound. Oh, EA. I see what you're saying. Amoeba. That's probably what it is. It's not my age, or it's not the fact that I interact with hundreds of names and thousands of names on a monthly basis. No, it's my brain eating amoeba, which I got from the bat bite. AM Electric Sports Bra or AM? No, Dean, I'm not putting any more thought into that. I'm gonna try again down here along. Oh, you were behind. Yeah, you were behind about a minute. But thank you though, still. Appreciate it. You're the only one that said everybody else a bunch of dirtbags, apparently. You are the one rose, Kyle, among many thorns, I guess. Every rose has its thorns. I think that song's about you, Kyle. Ask the Amoeba. Well, I'll give it a try. How do I access the Amoeba? Amobi. Okay. Sometimes I troll you guys by how does it? How do I pronounce it? Amoeba. Amoeba. How do I access the Amoeba? I get it. I have a big trolling track record. Like I know sometimes I troll you guys by telling you guys that Yoda's in Star Wars. I know, but it's not one of those times where I'm trolling you. I literally cannot pronounce it. Still remember that one time where I trolled and I was like, yeah, Spock in Star Trek. And then some people just did not get the troll. They were like, oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Maybe along here. Green line turns blue. I'm in. All right, I need to move this to 505 at this point. And I'll show you why. 5 minute, we got the 21 down here. Also kind of this former breakout point. So just general idea of, okay, this was a former area of resistance. Maybe this area of resistance can now act as support. Oh, look, we also have the 21 EMA. And now you're not. You're not going to come down there. Okay, this one is starting to... It's starting to toy with my brain cells. And I don't have a lot of those left. Because baboons aren't born with a lot to begin with. Correction, 490. Trying this short. Still target 590. Oh, okay. And the correction is... Okay. Is that a ask order? No, when I had this order in right here, that's a bid. I'm trying to buy at the bid. If I was trying to get in at the offer, then it'd have to be something like this. Like if I was trying to buy up there, that'd require me to get filled on the offer or on the ask. But yeah, given that the price is below, or given that my entry, excuse me, is below the price, I'm trying to buy at the bid. Does that make sense? David Lash, -N number 8Q. That's what you meant, low key? Well, thank you for keeping it low key and not medium key. I don't do medium key. What about considering shorting from here? I mean, I don't know. If your strategy says it makes sense, I probably would not join you on that. Yeah, either low key or high key. Just don't keep it medium term key. Yeah, thanks, John. Anybody see the new X5? Is that like a shaver? That sounds like a shaver. From like Gillette. No, you buy. See, you dirty rat. You dirty rat. Oh, yeah. Can you tell I'm a car guy? Dude's literally talking about a SUV, and I think he's talking about a Gillette razor. Yeah, but don't worry. I'm a car guy. Trust me. Trust me, brothers and sisters and furries. I'm a car guy. That's how you got to. Yeah, hey, if you have to distract yourself with some Dumb and Dumber scenes, Raspberry, I can get behind that. I support that strategy. Okay, I've been holding on for a while, folks. I can't do it anymore though. Can't do it anymore. Bath broom? Must be the brainy MOBA. Bathroom break. Back in a second. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Miss anything? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, Emoba. What is it called? Moby Dick or something? Oh wait, no, that's a. Isn't that a whale? Or is that a dolphin? I longed at 550. Do you have a stop loss, BVT, or are you just holding and hoping at this point? It's a whale? Okay. Thinking about a long here. Okay, I'm long. Come on, brother. At least hit that first target. Oh, come on. Asking for 7 points shouldn't be that big of a deal. Thank you. Okay, get my risk off the table here. So this will be a green trade, but let's see if we can just get this thing to keep on moving up. So I've given this thing basically very, very little wiggle room. But my premise is let's just see if this thing can keep up the momentum. Go ahead. Nope, it cannot. All right, fine. Back to the drawing board. Amoeba. I'm going to try my best. And like, I'm actually not trolling. Some words, I can never. I think it is. Maybe that is the great irony. Like when you get a brain eating amoeba, you can't even say it. All right, I will try a long down here again. At the green line. Interesting tread line forming here. So I'm wondering. Like, is that some sort of potential upwards move here? I don't know, brother. I've been eating too much Captain Crab. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's where the amoeba came from. Is there a way I could change the fills and order line color? I don't know. The good. I'm not sure. Let me double click on this, see if that does anything. Nope. Let's see. Try a little chart settings. Fills and orders. Nope, no. Color scheme? No. Yeah, I don't know. There might be, but if there is, I don't know how to do that, and my guesses were not very good. I changed candle colors. How do you do that? Oh, yeah. Just clicking on the body themselves. So there you go. That's how you would do. Wait. Show fills. Oh, I know. That's where the triangles show up, right? So yeah, I guess you'll just have to click around, experiment. Oh, you guys hear those? Oh. Oh man, that was a dark soul. I don't know. St. Patty's Day. That would not be the holiday. If anything, this is like Christmas. This looks like Christmas, not St. Patty's Day. YouTube it after stream. No, yeah. I think C1. C1 8808. I'll let him go ahead and YouTube it. Report back your findings tomorrow. It's starting to feel like the wheels are falling off the bus, and that this here, like, even though it's bounced me a couple times, now that I'm getting filled, it's gonna dump down through. And if it does that, I'm gonna take that as a very early warning sign that the wheels are truly starting to fall off the bus. Can you give me a prop for him, please? Yeah, Take Profit Trader is who I use and recommend. That's the link at the top of the screen. Yeah, I've noticed a lot. I am diehard at Atlanta Bruins. Diehard. Yesterday was definitely not wheels falling off the bus. Yesterday I got I got some new wheels added to the bus. It was like yesterday's stream was like Pimp My Ride. Who remembers Pimp My Ride? Go ahead, reveal your ages. You're at least 35 if you get that reference. Okay, come on now. Yeah, I think it was kind of sketchy, because they never did anything with the engines or anything. So it always kind of made me wonder. Okay, are those things? Oh, but okay, in. I don't really like how quick that happened, but come on, come on, come on. Give me that bounce. Give me that hammer. Give me that hammer. Come on. All right. I heard you need a TV and your TV under your card. Yeah. Okay. Well, how do you know that, Dean? I'm not totally shocked by that, but I'm still a little shocked. So, how do you know that? How much did you make right now? Right here. Those are my gains. I don't remember how much I made on that trade specifically. If you wanted to, you could roll it back and look at what that number was before I took the trade. And now that I'm less red, that means I made money on it. So right now, I want this number to get smaller. And then as soon as this number turns green, I want to get that number big. But right now, given it's already red, I don't want this red number to get bigger. We want green numbers to get bigger, or at least as far as this platform works. It was revealed, watch some random clips where they showed it with people who were on the show. The show had a few. Oh, really? They had lawsuits against it? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. So who is getting sued then? MTV, I would assume? Clay, when you talk to the screen and ask it to go in a winning direction, are you right 50% of the time you do that? No, I'm right 57.3281% of the time. On Tuesdays. Between noon and 1:37 p.m. Hawaiian time. Oh, that's right, Exhibit, yeah. Wait, no, that didn't sue Exhibit. That wouldn't make any sense because it was an MTV show. Like, you'd assume they would have sued MTV. Oh, dog, look at that. Remember, whoops. Remember earlier when I was kind of making a trade plan based on the 21 EMA and the 5 minute? Kind of lost track of that dirty rat. That would have been a beautiful entry point. Look at that. Look at that. Again, is it 21 EMA perfect? It's not. But I still contend it's one that you should at least experiment with. Everyone sued everyone. So it was just a big mess, huh? That's crazy. They did the cars. And then the vast majority of things that were put into them after the camera stopped rolling, they're like, all right, yeah, we're taking that stuff back. Hmm. Okay. Gonna try again at that area. Going for a long at the green line. Dented trading baboon. What was your former name? Hey, John. The 21 EMA and VWAP is pure gold. Yeah, I would definitely say they're worth experimenting with. Yeah, latest volume candle of 5 minute normally when something is up. The 5 minute QQQ? QQQ on the 5 minute, you say? Oh, Duck Soul. Yeah, what? Who's buying right here, brother? Interesting. See, that's always confusing. Yeah, somebody just bought a lot, but who just sold all those to the buyer? Why was somebody selling a bunch? And then why was somebody buying a bunch? How's it? I don't know. I've not been outside yet today. So I'm in the AC right now. But yeah, that's spicy. That is spicy. Yeah, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're saying like kind of somebody thinks something. But again, that's always confusing because I guess that means somebody is actually super bearish, but somebody else is super bullish. Because in order for that super bearish person to dump all that, well, they needed a really big buyer to not, crash the market. But I mean, even if it was a cover, who was the person freaking out to sell that many shares, right? And then is the person that was covering, aka buying, what are they covering because they think the thing's about to go up? That was about 10. All right, this thing is gonna, I don't know. So you're saying that candle, all things considered, was actually pretty small? No, that ranks right up in the middle of the afternoon. Kind of that ranks right up there with those earlier candles. Yeah, an interesting scenario, interesting observation. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like somebody just kind of was, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I totally know. But when it's that small of a candle, it's almost like people made a deal. Right? The big red candles show up when somebody just all of a sudden sells kind of out of nowhere. And then there's just flat out not enough buyers to be there. Or on the flip side, a big green candle shows up when somebody decides to buy out of nowhere and there's not actually enough sellers there to absorb it. But in that situation, the thing barely budged. So to me, it looks like a deal. Hey, we're going to sell this amount. Anybody want to buy? Yeah, sure, we'll do that deal. So everything happened and the price, nothing really happened. It's 10 times smaller on TradingView. Are you on the 5 minute QQQ? Who are you using? Who brought that up? Philly? What platform are you using? Yeah, this thing it's just sitting here now. Like, I kind of want to get along here. I'm still bullish biased, but Thinkorswim. Okay, well, it sounds like Thinkorswim and Webull have the same data. So that I'm not saying that therefore TradingView is for sure wrong, but as of now, TradingView seems to be outmatched. Okay, I'm long. Mainly based on the 5-minute. If you're to look at the 5-minute, you have the 21 EMA, you have a beautiful hammer. To go high stock market, let's go. My entry loves to be resistance. Yeah, whatever you just said, I want the price to go higher. TradingView's got nice charts. I think TradingView in some sense is a little bit overrated. Again, I'm not saying they're bad, but I don't know. Come on, let's get bouncing. 21 EMA, you dirty rat. Get out of the way. My first target. I don't know. Should I have just taken the scalpy scalp? Not if I'm going to trust the 5-minute. Do I buy some more at the 21 EMA if it pulls back a little bit more? Maybe. What is that level at? About 13. Okay, I'm going to buy some more at the green line. Basically a double bottom here, but also on the 5-minute, that's essentially the value of the 21 EMA. So I'm definitely trusting the 21 EMA to hold and to provide a bounce. Again, that 5-minute chart looks really good, in my opinion. Especially when you consider we are still in an overall uptrend. Kind of slow and steady grind. Go, go, go. Hit me, brother. Hit me. I want to get the risk off the table. That's enough. Either keep breaking out or just stop me out. Come on. At least, thank you, brother. Thank you for hitting that first target, brother. Get up there, brother. Next one will be up there in case it wants to break out and give me a little spike. Ooh, ducks. Oh, there we go. Again, I do want to take one out here just in case this trend line does reject it back down. Again, risk is off the table. My stop loss is ahead. So right now, my risk is I make basically 4 points. So I like it. My risk is making 4 points. Reward unknown because I don't know how high this might want to break out and go. At least get to the trend line, brother. Whoa, 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 what was up with that nonsense? All right, now my risk is 6 points, making 6 points. Come on, let's work your way back up there, brother. I would really like to hit Like if that target gets hit, I'll consider this a good quality trade. But until then, it's gonna feel like a disappointment if I can't even get that hit. If this one gets it up here, then that's where it becomes, I'd say, very, very, very nice trade. But like, unless I need this one hit for it to feel like just a, doesn't look like it. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. Move the tread line, it's in the way. I forgot. That's true. That is true. It's trading is that easy. It's my own fault. Come on. Come on. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Please, please. All right, at this point, I think I can get even a little bit more from it. I think if it goes up to that line, I think it can push through and give me that. We'll see. Stupid tread. Who drew that? Who drew that tread line? I do not. Ooh, Doc Soul. That's nasty. No, that wasn't greed. That was just the amount of times it putzed around up around that area. In my mind, I thought if it would go back up there again and then push through, I should at least be able to get a few more points of it. Like if we were to look at, a 30-second time frame, there was at that point there was a bull flag or a bull pennant starting to form. So I'm thinking, okay, if I take advantage of that breakout on the 15-second, 30-second, then I bet I can get a little bit more from it. I think I have one of those amoebas. Uh-oh. Oh boy, they're spreading. It's spreading. Traded all day to save my eval. Just, oh no. So you brought your eval back to green and then you blew it up? Dude, that's the mark like that. That's crazy. Oh man, that is. I don't know, Blackout. I hope you're done for the day because that is like the epitome of tilting action right there. Clay, did you load up on Apex? I don't trade Apex. I only trade Take Profit Trader. Did Apex start a new 90% deal today or something? I thought they've been running 90% off. If so, code Clay, all caps. It gives you the new 90% off deal. Wow, what a dirty rat move that was. Acting like it wanted to be strong and then just smacked right back down. I feel very good about how I handle that one now. Well, Philly, I think that's kind of a spicy topic. One that I would say irrelevant to you until you get your 5, Take Profit Trader Pros maxed out. Target hit. Good job, Hoover. Wow, that was oh boy. No, you're fine. I'm just saying Apex is kind of like the Trump of the prop firm world. Sort of it generates chatter. It generates lots of opinions. That's how I would equate Apex in the world of prop firms. They're kind of like the Trump. Yeah, that okay. This is starting to get goofy. Like now people are just getting chopped up big time. Yeah, I hear you, Blackout. Especially with nonsense like this. That's brutal. That is brutal. And was in your class? What? Who? I'll tell her that you remember her and you had a crush on her in the 3rd grade. What was her maiden name? Question mark. Genie. Oh, Woods? Sorry. I probably shouldn't be saying these people's name. Clay, why are you always trolling everybody? Listen, I get it from my dad. Okay, so this person he asked about, I guess they're over at my parents' pool. Good, I'm glad. I feel bad for my parents. They're like, our grandkids don't live by us. Any kids want to come use their pool, so that's good. She walks. I'll tell her that you remember her. And again, you guys heard the story. I don't know who this person is. I told him I don't know, but my dad is gonna tell her that I had a crush on her in the 3rd grade. See, my dad knows how to troll. It is inherited. It's not even me. It's not my fault. It's genetics. Okay. So the next time somebody's like, "Can't you be serious?" No, it's genetics. I can't. Sorry. This is gonna bother me now. I mean, you guys know I try to pride myself in remembering names and avatars, blah blah blah. But now, like this is like real life. Like I should be able to remember back to. Did she go to Gateway? Question mark. No, man. No, we came to Iowa not knowing anybody. Yeah, name is not ringing a bell, period. But given I was scared of girls, comma, I guess it makes sense. I gotta think some more. Yeah, okay, so this is Chips. This is the same account. And then these are two different. So if this was like a stock account, each of these could represent a different stock that I traded. But in this situation, since I'm doing futures, each one of these represents a different contract that I traded. Because in contracts, you don't trade shares, you trade contracts. So right here, these were the NQ trades, and then these are my MNQ. So same account. So overall, I'm green. Now, if this red number becomes larger than that one, that's where you start to see me not that's where you'll probably see some drama. So that's what I'm really trying to avoid. Preferably this green or this red number becomes green, but I definitely do not want this red number to get bigger than the green number. That's where things can spin out of control a little bit. That move is still just pure garbage. Because I know there are people here long, right? Long. Right there stops them out because they're just being disciplined. Okay, I guess I was wrong. There's the dump. Got to stop out, and then it goes straight back up. At least it is not. So if this move was going to be like tilting to the max, this candle here would have broken out right away. Right? Because think about it. You know, there's people in here trying the breakout, knocks them out, comes straight back up, and then breaks them out. So it's not maximal tilting, but close. No, I do NQ at the open and morning, and that's when I'm part of my private community. No, he's asking about NQ. So like he's asking, well, do we ever see this number happen on live stream? Very rarely, because again, like I said, I do not stream at the open because I have a private community, so my attention is focused on them at that point. I sort of want to try. I want to get longer again. But at the same time, I'm like, am I about to get suckered in for another move to the downside. Like, I want to anticipate the break of this trend line, but I don't know if... All right, I'm doing it. I'm gonna try it. Because I think at this point, if that trend line can break, I think we get some fireworks. We'll see. There's my first target. John's in it with me? All right. It makes me feel good to not being here alone. Anybody else long right now with me and John? Maybe some of you are like, Clay, I'm going to try to get long after it breaks the yellow line. Okay, I'd like a little bit of confirmation. Fair enough. Arslan's in. Neil is short. Okay, Neil went. Johnny. Pam's waiting for confirmation. Yes, long, but small starter position. Deadeye Dave is also short. All right, we got some different opinions here. Do I add some more if it comes back up? Because that would be, once again, a very interesting candle. And my answer to that question is yes, I will add. If it can come back up. Agreed, let's break that trend line. Only adding if it can come back up here, though. Done till 6 p.m. locking in profits. All right, Kyle. Come on. Close to an ad. Wow. Well, thank you for not filling me and then doing that. Target is 16. All right. Come on. Again, I am long already, looking to add some more at the green line. And then would like to see some fireworks. Bullish flag. Kinda. Come on. Maybe kind of sort of should have waited for confirmation, but I don't know. It was looking so good. Had that couple of had a hammer there. We'll see what it wants to do. Okay, am I about to add? I have close to adding. Man, this thing keeps getting very close to adding where I want to add, and then it comes back down, which I appreciate. If it's going to come down, please don't allow me to add these extra shares. Extra, did I say shares? Contracts. The sell-off is absorbed. So does that mean this thing's going up, Eddie? Okay, added. Come on, brother. Get through that yellow line. Get through there. Come on, go. Go. Okay, got 5 left still. Risk is off the table. Now let's see if this thing can just keep on booming. Next target is that red line. Here would be my next one, just in case it really gets moving. Come on, cook up Neil. Cook up them shorts. I'm joking. I'm sure Neil already scalped out like 30 times for a bunch of money already. So I said, and I'm not even kidding. Like I am assuming Neil already made a winning trade out of this. Eddie, next time we need a trade plan from you. Right now, you're kind of armchair quarterbacking it all. You know what I mean, Eddie? 81. Next time, give us some trade plan ahead of time. Stop is 40. All right, well, you're stopped out. Good try, Neil. I would like for this one to be hit. For me to feel as though this is some sort of, solid trade. I'd like for at least that target to get hit. Come on. What are you doing, Cletus? Dude, come on. Just hit that one. What latency has your live stream? I don't know, Eddie. Are you going to... I'm not sure that matters. It only matters if you're trying to, follow me in, but I don't think that's what you're trying to do. But you said, what did you say? You said the sell-off is absorbed. I was the late one. Dude, are you serious? Okay, see, at this point, if it comes up there, I bet I can get more. So I might as well just move it up now. I just saw the P&L. I could have totally just gotten that back to green. But you know what? I'm doing the right thing. I have not been watching the P&L. I realize I could have been back to green, even now. Okay, I could just be hopping out, bring this, but no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not trading P&L. I want to give this thing a chance. So even right there, definitely I could hop out now and this would be back to a green number, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Don't you even think about it, you dirty, dirty rat. Don't even think, All right, what's my congressman's number? I'm writing it. I'm blaming Nancy Pelosi. I blame Nancy. It's crazy. Write your senator. Write your congressman. Write J.D. Vance. Write Ilhan Omar. Let them know. We have the data right here. Oh, okay, cool, Eddie. I missed that one then. Good job. Are you serious, Clark? Yeah, this whole thing feels like a failed trade at this point. To be fair, I did adjust this target up some more. But, I didn't adjust it up that much, and then it once again gets that close. I'm writing my congressman. I think I have a congresswoman, actually, so I'm writing her. I guess I'm acting as if I'm going to get stopped out, so I suppose there's still a chance. Well, at this point, if this thing actually comes all the way back here, up here, that's going to be some crazy strength. So I might as well go for some more now at this point. I mean, why not? If this thing actually recovers, that's telling me the bulls are still got some juice in the tank. I don't think it will recover, but if it does, yes, Dan, for good reason, you dent. And in fact, I just gave my reasoning. Okay, Dan's going to timeout to think about his dentedness. We'll give him 1 minute to think about his dentedness. If these targets are hit, Dan is banned. All right. There we go. Oh, so now I look at him like I should have just taken it. But no, that's not good trading. So follow through for me, or I mean, really for the market is a lack. Even here, 0 follow through on the short side. Short side was, assuming you're not a scalper, 0 follow through here. Came down, right back up. No follow through here. Got the breakout up a little bit. And you saw it. Stop hit it. So he's a mod now. No, that was not part of the deal. No, not part of it. No. All right, this action is I made $7. Are you trying to rub that in, Mahal? What's up with you telling me I made $7? You trying to say you could have made way more and you ended up with 7? Is that what you're saying? You trying to rub salt in my wound right now? Because you can't triple stamp a double stamp. Me high. I just noticed that one letter is not a L, it's an I, so it's not Mihal, it's Mihai. I think Mihai thinks you can triple stamp a double stamp. Yes, it would, Homer. It would. Clay, do you think TBT will do 4th of July? Oh! That's an interesting question. Knock on the door. I don't know. I don't think so. Just, again, pure speculation. I don't think so, just because even right now, I don't know if 40% is still technically this deal they're running right now, or if this was their way to kind of bring them back to the norm of 40% off. So, yeah, if I had a guess, I would say no. However, that is true. There is a big holiday, so maybe they cook something up. Maybe they bring back the refund your fee upon first payout. So maybe it's not anything. Maybe it's still 40% off. But then they say they'll refund you back the test. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. I do not know. Yes, I have a code with them, but I'm not at that level with them where I have any sort of inside information. So, yeah. I see what you're trying to do there, Heyo. I see what you're trying to do. I don't appreciate it. Some of you guys trying to send me on tilt. Terrible friends. Terrible trading friends trying to send me on tilt. It's crazy. Well, hey, if you are enjoying the stream, if you want to help support it, as this is completely viewer supported, there are no sponsorships or anything like that, maybe someday. But if you want to help not only keep this stream ad-free, but also just keep the stream alive and going, then you can do that by code CLAY, that is case sensitive, all caps, with any of these prop firms. So whatever the current promotions are, code CLAY will give you that. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the business. So that, especially if you're a beginner to the prop firm space, take Profit Trader, I think, is the no-brainer decision. But yes, any of these prop firms, code Clay, all caps, like I said, win-win for everybody. You're saving yourself some money, but you're also helping to keep a stream ad-free and then just flat out keep the stream going. So for everybody that has used code Clay, really appreciate it. You're making a difference. And yeah, you are the reason why, like I said, I'm still here and why it is ad-free. But I'm going to go ahead and call it good this market. Yeah. I'm done with the market at this point in the day. Gave it a chance, got the breakout. Very little follow through. So it is what it is. I tried and didn't really work out too much. So overall, though, still a solid day. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting the like button, that would be great. If you are not yet a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be back tomorrow at the very latest of 11 a.m. Eastern. If you want to know a lot or when I go live exactly, then that is where turning on the notification bell will help in that regard. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a good one. And see everybody back tomorrow. Take care. Hit that like button. Code Clay, feed some hungry kids.